tough, but it's still possible. So give me the Warriors.
All right, Schaefer picking the upset on that one. And again, we are joined with Schaefer Landed here on Pregame, presented by the Brewers of Garage Doors. We're now for our last Big Six game, the Newton Cardinals. They will host the Marion Wolves. This was a Newton sweep as well, Schaefer, for us.
Yeah, I'll stick with that. Newton's had an exciting year. Randy's had a lot of fun calling their games, and it's just a good football program over there in Newton. So, give me the Cardinals.
All right, our next game, these are out of our listening area. These are our other statewide games that are bid games tonight. The first is in Class 4A. This is a bid matchup. The North Polk Comets, they are 7-1. They'll be on the road at the Gilbert Tigers. I went with North Polk. Kathy and the Guru and Alex all went with Gilbert, and then the crew went with North Polk here on this one, Schaefer. So 3-2 split in favor of Gilbert.
Yeah, I think I'll take North Polk. If I'm not mistaken, Pella played them earlier this season. I remember that was kind of a bigger matchup. So just because I've heard a little bit more about them this season, I'll take the upset there record-wise and take North Polk.
North Polk is the state champ last year in Class 4A. In Class 3A, this was a very much of a coin flip matchup according to BC Moore. Des Moines Christian, the Lions, they are 6-2. They're on the road at the Winterset Huskies. I went with Winterset. The Guru and the crew went with Winterset, and Kathy and Alex went DMC. So this was a 3-2 split here, Schaefer, but I went with the folks from the birthplace of John Wayne.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I just feel like Winterset at home is a tough place to play, and they've got their own culture over there for all those sports. So I don't know. Let's just take Winterset for the heck of it.
All right, Winterset it is for Schaefer. In Class 3A, West Delaware, this is an 8-0 at 8-0 matchup. Very big statewide matchup here in this one. West Delaware, the Hawks, they will be on the road at the Clear Lake Lions. Myself, Kathy, the Guru, and the crew all had Clear Lake. Alex went West Delaware. I went with Clear Lake. They have been very dominant this year, Schaefer.
Yeah, I'll take Clear Lake. This is a matchup I don't know very much about, but it looks like all the broadcasters picked Clear Lake, so I'll just hop on that train, I guess.
Last matchup for tonight in Class 8 player. This is a playoff matchup. Two 7-1 teams as the Wayne Falcons will be on the road at the Bedford Bulldogs. Alex and I talked a little bit about this during Around the District that Wayne got kind of screwed in this matchup. They had the best overall record in their district, but ended up getting a 3 seed and had to go on the road at Bedford, who usually makes the Dome every year. So it was a Bedford sweep here, Schaefer.
You know what? And I did hear you guys talk a little bit about that, and I'll take Wayne on this one. I'll be bold again. They've got that bad draw, but maybe they're angry, and I feel like if they were supposed to be a higher seed than they are, then they've got something left in the tank. So give me Wayne. All
right, Schaefer taking Wayne Newton on this one. Let's go over those standings, too, real quick. I'm at the top at 61-19. Alex is right behind me at 59-21. The crew is behind that at 58-22. The Guru is 56-24, and Kathy is 49-31. This has been Pick'em, presented by the Brewers of Garage Doors at Dion Door Service in Pella. If it's time for a new garage door, stop and see them at their showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School. Schaefer, it has been great to be with you on the Jeremy Daneman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show, and enjoy your evening over there in Norwalk.
Always a pleasure, Clayton. Love chatting with you this time on the air. So, it's good. Back to the old roots 2 years ago, calling those PCM games. But a good time, and, have a good rest of your show. Appreciate it.
That was Schaefer Landed joining us here on the Jeremy Daneman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show. Yes, he reminds us of the game that I will never forget, that I would like to forget. We're going to go to one more break, and when we come back, we're going to clean things up, presented by Mama Maids, as we start to land the plane here and wrap things up here on the Jeremy Daneman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show. We'll be back right after this.
Everybody have a good day, and all my homies wanna ride today, and all these mamas look fly today, and all we wanna do is get by today. Hey, we're gonna have a good
Pella and Pella Christian fans, if you need new gear, look no further than Phil Hemming and his team at BSN Sports.
If you have a student at Pella Christian, you probably have gotten an email with a link to our website, but you also have the option, there's some other options outside the web store that they'll personalize gear. I know Pella Christian is actually doing a 365 sideline store this year, something that's going to be open 24/7, 365 for their program, to just give people another option.
BSN Sports, a proud apparel partner of KNIA KRLS Radio.
Got tires needing real care? Maybe it's oil change time, or you just want an honest hometown mechanic. Then head on over to Ryan's Tire and Auto, Newton's favorite pit stop. At Ryan's, you're not just a car. You're part of our community. From tire sales, brake repairs, diagnostics, and custom accessories, we've got you covered with prices you can afford and service you can trust. Located at 1607 First Avenue East in Newton. Open weekdays 7 to 5 and Saturdays from 8 to noon. Call 641-841-2134 today. And when your tires are crying, better call Ryan.
It happens. Sometimes we do things that get us locked up. You need assistance resolving a difficult matter, custom solution investigations, and bail bonds will be there to meet your needs, providing professional, efficient, and discreet bonding services 24/7. With offices in Indianola and Des Moines, CSI and Bail Bonds is the leading private investigator and 24/7 bail bonding service in Central Iowa, serving the greater Des Moines area, along with Warren and Marion County since 2012. If it happens to you, contact CSI and Bail Bonds at 515-961-0033 or 515-266-BAIL.
Buying or selling a home? Don't risk a hidden problem underground. At Miller Drain and Sewer Service, they specialize in professional real estate sewer inspections to give you peace of mind before closing day. Already a homeowner? From clogged sinks and slow drains to major blockages, the locally owned team at Miller Drain and Sewer Service has the tools and know-how to keep your lines flowing. Fast, reliable, and right here in your community. Call 641-691-8115 or visit MillerDrainandSewer.com for sewer inspections or any drain issue. It's about to go down.
Back for one final time here in the Jeremy Dienerman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show as we start to land the plane here to wrap things up here in the show. This is now Clean Things Up, presented by Mama Maids. Let's go over those games for you tonight. We'll have 6 games on our airwaves that you can choose from and listen to tonight. In Class 4A, the Pella Dutch. They're 7-1 on the season. They'll be on the road at the Grinnell Tigers, who are 4-4. That'll be on KRLS 2 with Trevor Tassel and Randy Sikkema. Dutch pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7:30. In Class 3A, the Knoxville Panthers. They are 1-7. They will host the Nevada Cubs, who are 6-2. That'll be on 95.3 KNIA with Derek Cardwell on the call. Cron Russell CPA radio pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7:30. The Indianola Indians, they are 5-3. They will host the Urbandale Jayhawks. That'll be on 94.3 KNIA on the Indianola Activities YouTube channel. Andrew Swadner and Rob Hawkins will be on the call. Pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7. In Class 2A, this is a playoff matchup. The Pella Christian Eagles, they are 2-6. They'll be on the road at the Clarinda Cardinals, who are 6-2. That'll be on 92.1 KRLS with Tyler Crabb and Jake Fancher. Eagles pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7. In Class 5A, the Norwalk Warriors, they are 5-3. They will host the Waukee Northwest Wolves, who are 7-1. That'll be on KNIA 3 with Mike Effner and Matt Rantham. Warriors pregame at 6:30, kickoff at 7. In Class 4A, the Newton Cardinals, they are 7-1. They will host the Marion Wolves, who are 2-6. That'll be on KRLS 3 and Newton Cardinal TV with Randy Van and Wally Price. Cardinals pregame at 7, kickoff at 7:30. Other Marion County games for you in Class 1A, the Pleasantville Trojans. This is a playoff game. They are 7-1. They will host the Durant Wildcats, who are 5-3. Exhibition games for tonight.
She's a 3-year letter winner and a member of MVP. Ileana plans to attend UNI to major in strategic public relations while continuing her dance career. Senior Ileana.
Test. Can you hear me okay, Mr. Hawkins?
I can hear you. What about me?
Yep. Do what you need to do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
All right, I'm going to turn the radio back on.
Colfax Mingo, the Tiger Hawks, they are done for the year. They finished at 0-8. And the Baxter Bolts, they are 3-5, and they are also done for the year. Finished their season last week. And Linville Sully, the Hawks, they are 7-1 on the season, and they are number 1 seed coming out of their district. And they will host the Wapello Indians, who are 5-3 in Class A action. Dan, you can listen to all those bid sits games on our airwaves tonight and our streams. Make sure you tune in, and also make sure that you tune in after our last game gets done for tonight for the Grinnell Mutual Football Friday Night Scoreboard Show. And this will be an important one to listen for tonight, as I will host that show, of course, but we will also give you official playoff qualifiers. Matchups will not be finalized till tomorrow morning who they play, but you will at least know if the team you root for or follow will make the playoffs, and that'll be ahead in the Jeremy Dienerman the Grinnell Mutual Football Friday Night Radio Scoreboard Show, which will be after our last game gets done tonight. I'm going to clean things up for you tonight as we continue to clean things up, presented by Mama Maids, as I got about a minute and a half here to wrap things up before we send you out to our games. Mama Maids, let their friendly, reliable team make your home sparkle from top to bottom so you can relax, recharge, and enjoy doing the things you love. I'm going to go my Mount Rushmore tonight. I am not sure if I will be with you guys next week on the Jeremy Dienerman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show, because I may be broadcasting a PCM game next week, depending how they do tonight, how some things shake out with our other broadcasters. But just in case I can't do a Halloween-themed show with you guys next week, I'm going to give my Mount Rushmore of Halloween movies. I feel like this changes every year because I enjoy Halloween movies. But my Mount Rushmore will forever be the 1978 John Carpenter Halloween. That'll be my first. Next, I'll go, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. that is a great movie to watch annually around this time. I'm going to go with Beetlejuice as number 3. That is a somewhat not-so-kids movie that I enjoy watching every year. The second one I don't feel like was as good, but still decent, so Beetlejuice I'll put at number 3. And I'll go Texas Chainsaw Massacre as the 4th one. That's a classic horror movie. Outside looking in, I'm going to put Nightmare Before Christmas and Nightmare on Elm Street, so back-to-back nightmares there. That's my Mount Rushmore of Halloween movies. I hope everybody within this next week helps to enjoy their Halloween, enjoy the Halloween season, takes time to do so. Our full list of Beggars Night schedules for our local communities will be on our website. I don't know why they call it Beggars Night down here. I'm from Northern Iowa. Never heard that term before, but apparently they call it Beggars Night for whatever reason here. It's a very dumb term. It is trick-or-treating. It is not Beggars Night. But I'm not going to stand on that soapbox any longer. Anyway, that concludes tonight's Jeremy Dineman Concrete Football Friday Night Radio Preview Show. It has been great to be with all of you tonight. Tune in after for our scoreboard show. And remember, your worst day watching football is still better than your best day not watching it. Everybody enjoy their night.
The quarterback counts on his O-line for protection in the pocket. In Marion County, you can count on me, Farm Bureau Sales Associate Jonathan Watson, to protect your family's blind side, no matter what life throws at you. I'll be here to handle your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Don't scramble around working with multiple insurance companies. Talk to me, Farm Bureau Sales Associate Jonathan Watson, today, and see how I can help protect what matters most.
Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
The Lucky Finn in Pella has clothing and shoes for the whole family at prices that can't be beat. Located at 518 East Oskaloosa Street, we carry overstock and surplus from your favorite stores like Target, Kohl's, Costco, and more. We find the deals so you can save. New products added weekly. You can find us on Facebook. The Lucky Finn, style and savings for everyone.
At Pierschbacher Funeral Home in Knoxville, every life is a story worth celebrating. Whether honoring a loved one with a traditional service or a unique tribute, we are here to guide you with care, compassion, and respect. Celebrate and remember the love and laughter and legacy of your loved ones at Pierschbacher Funeral Home in Knoxville, where every life is celebrated.
Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live Iowa high school football coverage on KNIA KRLS, KNIA-KRLS.com, and the free KNIA KRLS app.
Flying to the left side, trying to get the corner, has it, 45-50, where's the speed, 40, 30, down the sideline, 20, 10, he's gonna go, touchdown, Caden Klein. That is a 57-yard touchdown run over the left side, and Caden Klein takes it to the house.
Ethan McNeil with the ball, and he has a first down across the 50. Fumble the ball. Knoxville has it. Going the other way. Jackson Clark, 30, down the far sidelines and ushered out of bounds.
Frick fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He's going to toss it down the field. Wide open. Ryland Hilton caught at the 40. Up the sideline, splits the defender. Stay on his feet. Ryland Hilton going all the way for a touchdown.
And book your next stay at a Hilton with reservations for 6.
As part of tonight's pregame show, we'll get you set for all the action with the keys to the game, starting lineups, colors of the game, and game time temperature, all counting you down to tonight's opening kick.
Nunakoven will catch it at around the 25. He's looking for his blockers. He's got him set up. He's at the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Landon Nunakoven.
Second down and 5 for the Warriors. Hatlovic back to pass. Going deep again. He's got Eli Robbins wide open. Touchdown. Touchdown, Norwalk.
They're going to pass. Rash one-on-one coverage, and it's intercepted by Rex Rainey at the 20. 30 to the 40. Has blocking in front of him near midfield, and he's wrapped down there.
Now let's head to the field and inside the radio broadcast booth for live Iowa high school football on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA KRLS.
It's Indianola football, live on 94.3 KNIA. Final game of the season as Indianola a win and in situation hosting the Jayhawks of Urbandale on senior night. I'm Andrew Swadner bringing you play-by-play action tonight, and just Chief Rob Hawkins joining me on the broadcast. If you're wondering where Mr. Rick Wilson was, well, he's being enshrined in immortality tonight over at Simpson College. Your Mr. Rick Wilson. We've been calling him the Hall of Famer all season long, going into the Simpson College Hall of Fame tomorrow. They're having their big banquet tonight. And, Rob, we miss him, but we're ready for some Indianola football.
Yeah, just a quick shout-out to Mr. Rick Wilson. Congratulations, and enjoy your induction into the Simpson Hall of Fame. And we're going to miss you on the broadcast tonight, but, boy, do we got a good one. And you got to love Week 9 and winning in.
Cannot be better than this. I know Indianola has some games they would like back at this point. They won last week. Guaranteed to have at least a winning or 500 record on the season, sitting at 5-3. Urbandale just behind them at 4-4. Urbandale wanted to be in this situation, but they fell to Norwalk last week. I don't have to go through all the playoff scenarios, but Indianola currently ranked number 14 in the RPI. They win, they're in to the Class 5A postseason. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and, you know, any team must win, baby.
Indianola taking on an Urbandale team, and we'll expand a little bit on this in our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. You're listening to the KNIA radio pregame show on KNIA, and we should mention before we go much further, the ICSD Athletics live stream. We are back, and we are on YouTube. We brought in the ringers to get us on the video here tonight.
Yeah, big shout out to Pitt Strom and the crew here getting us up and going, and we're glad to be on ICSD Athletics YouTube page, and you know it's been a long road for that, but we're so glad to have that back, and so big special thanks out to the crew tonight.
Believe us when we tell you that Ryan and I have spent hours in this press box trying to make sure everything's been ready to go, and it just for whatever reason hasn't been able to happen, but we're happy to be back on the ICSD Athletics live stream here this evening for those watching the game tonight. But Urbandale and Indianola, getting back to the original point here, Chief, was they're very similar teams. Both teams want to run the ball. Both teams don't really put up huge numbers of points. Indianola, in their wins, have run up the score a couple times, but that usually is kind of a war of attrition a little bit, where they'll score a touchdown or two late. Urbandale kind of in that same boat, where if they lose, it's going to be because they didn't score enough touchdowns in the red zone or didn't finish off enough drives. I think both teams, it's going to be efficiency tonight is the big key.
Absolutely. Urbandale, they run the football a lot, led by their quarterback, a junior, Landon Rennan. And he's a big football player, and he gets down the field. Indianola had trouble containing him last year in their season opener. That was a thriller that went down to the goal line stand in the first game that I got to broadcast. And so it's just exciting. Indianola going to have to keep them between the tackles tonight. They're going to have to do a good job. They're going to have to get off the field on third down. And if they can do that, and with Indianola bringing back Asher Brick tonight, which we'll talk about probably at length, the senior coming back for that season finale, and he's going to have to manage the football game. And this is exactly the situation that Coach Kluver wants his senior leader to be in.
And it is senior night. We can touch on that very quick before we get to my interview with head coach Eric Kluver. This senior class especially just has had to go through a lot, just in terms of a lot of these guys had to wait their turn before they got a chance to play on the varsity roster, and you know they stuck through it. When you're a junior and you're not playing varsity for some of these guys, it's easy to just say I don't want to come back, or I didn't get a chance to play last year. A lot of these athletes stuck with it, and they're making their presence known and being big contributors this year.
Yeah, and that's all you can ask for, and just the heart of these young players, young men. Jacob Cruz had to wait his turn. Thomas Spargo had to wait his turn. Zach O'Meara had to wait his turn.
Nick Bradley, didn't see a lot of him overall, and he's come on and been a starter every single game for Indianola.
Parker Kaufman, Draven Westcott. We can go on and on and on, and hopefully we'll get to call all their names tonight. But you know, all of these guys persevered, and that's what's great about athletics. You know, it teaches you some life lessons that maybe you don't get in other areas of high school. But when you're out trying to compete and earn a spot, and sometimes the answer's no, and you got to make a decision, right? Am I gonna fold, or is it gonna fuel me? And all these guys out here tonight, for the most part, the time spent waiting to get on the field, it fueled them to be better.
And, of course, the two most celebrated seniors here tonight. Nothing against anybody else, but longtime Indianola football managers, Abby and Katie Kluver, their last home game, hopefully not their last football game if Indianola can win and get into postseason play. But this is Indianola's last game at Indianola Stadium for Abby and Katie, and I did a feature on them for this week, so I will ask you to go and listen on KNIA-KRLS.com. It'll be posted at 8 o'clock tonight, so listen after the game or tomorrow, but a very emotional interview with them, and got head coach Eric Kluver and defensive coordinator Josh Lohman and some athletes and the new managers coming in for next year, but a big congratulations to Abby and Katie, and it was absolutely a lot of fun watching them grow up here at my time in Indianola, and it's hard to believe they're graduating at the end of this football or at the end of this high school year.
Yeah, those two young ladies represent the best of Indianola athletics. They are hard workers, they're dedicated, they're loyal to the program. They've done everything they've been asked to. They did it behind the scenes and with little fanfare. And for me, it's really special to get to see them be recognized for all their hard work, because they're not just 4-year starters. They're 8-year starters.
8 years.
You know, and so, hey, I guarantee you we have the two best football managers in this state.
I will stand by that one as well. We have a lot more headed your way, including our full scoreboard. Pella at Grinnell, Knoxville versus Nevada, Pella Christian at Clarinda, Class 2A postseason, Norwalk winning in against number 2 Waukee Northwest, and Newton versus Marion. More pregame coverage, including our interview with head coach Eric Kluver after this, live on KNIA ICSD Athletics.
More than just your Lennox dealer for Warren and Marion County, they're also a part of the fabric of this area. When you see the big red and white Heinz Mechanical trucks, you know they are the ones who support many local area activities. Sponsoring local area high school sporting events and teams, as well as other school activities, you see Heinz Mechanical involved in community events like the Warren and Marion County Fairs, hot air balloons in Indianola, and sprint car racing in Knoxville. Like we said, Heinz Mechanical is more than just your Lennox dealer for Warren and Marion County. They are also an everyday part of your community.
Fall into savings at Downey Tire Pros. They'll help keep you on the road, making sure you're ready for any adventure the fall season brings. From September 1st through October 31st, receive $100 on MasterCard prepaid card with the purchase of 4 qualifying light truck SUV General tires. With Downey Tire Pros by your side, you can continue to hit the road with confidence. Visit the in-store or online anytime at DowneyTire.com. Tire Pros, love the drive. Select tires only. See store for complete details. Offer ends 10/31/25. Void where prohibited.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Chad Keel will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Chad Keel in Indianola today. Quickstar is a proud sponsor of Indianola Athletics. Visit Quickstar in Indianola, your hometown MVP for grab-and-go meals and everyday essentials. Whether you're fueling up for game day or your workday, Quickstar's got you covered. Looking for a quick win at mealtime? Quickstar's freshly prepared fried chicken is a fan favorite. Order ahead with the Quick Rewards app and score big on flavor. Only at Quickstar.
Game at Indianola Stadium this season, as well as senior night, joined by head coach Eric Kluver, hosting Urbandale. Coach, first off, senior night, this senior class has again been another special one coming through, and a lot of guys stuck with it through all 4 years before finally getting their shot as a varsity athlete here in their senior season, and that always means a lot.
Yeah, 21 seniors that, like you said, have just stuck through the thick and thin, and some of them really had to wait their time in order to get some playing time or start at the varsity level. So they've come a long ways. And I told them early on when they were freshmen and they lost their last game of the year to Boone, I was concerned. But they continued to work hard in the off season and put time in, and they put themselves in position to be a playoff team if they can take care of business tonight.
What have you seen from the Jayhawks so far? A very familiar opponent that we've seen really over the last 3-4 years here for Indianola. Same starting quarterback that we've seen over the last couple of years, and he has just gotten bigger and bigger, it seems.
Very tough contest for us. What I've seen out of this Urbandale team is they had a coaching change, and I've seen them get just better and better as each week has gone on. And so obviously we're getting them in week 9. I'm impressed at the progress that they've made, the players that they have. You talked about their quarterback. He is a load, and he has started that for 3 years now, and he's only a junior. So he brings a lot to the table. They've got some special athletes in the backfield and out wide that are capable of making plays, and they got a solid defense. So this is going to be a tough contest. We are going to have to really execute at a high level and eliminate the turnovers that have been really creating problems for us in the last few weeks.
I kind of thought a very team similar to Indianola, where the yards gained hasn't necessarily been an issue, but the points scored isn't matching up with that. And that's going to be, I think, a big key to the game, not to jump segments a little bit, but who can get those points in the red zone, who can finish off drives, right?
Scoring critical moments, like you said, who can convert on 3rd and 4th down. I really think the key for us tomorrow night is our defense has to, play really well, and of course keep them out of the end zone and make them earn absolutely everything that they're going to get.
I think what we saw last week was the chemistry between quarterback Bo Blake, and I know we're going to see some Asher Brick here tonight as well, but that deep passing game, it feels like there's just been a half step off one way or the other for some of the games this season, but we really saw that connect over the last week, and I know you're hoping to carry that momentum here again into tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have to be able to throw the football, and Bo hit Parker last week on a long touchdown pass, and we would really welcome that if that could happen tonight. I can tell you this, they have 2 really lockdown corners, so it's going to be some tough matchups, and we're going to have to be spot on if we're going to connect on those.
The offensive line has been such a point of pride, I think. At the beginning of the season, it was a different kind of mix and match, and guys were getting injured and playing out of position. It's really been stabilized over these last couple of weeks, and I think been a huge strong point for this squad.
Yeah, they've really come along, and of course we lost a couple guys early in the year, season-ending injuries, and for about the last 5 weeks now, it's been pretty stable. So they continue to get better, and boy, we got to have them play really well. We have to have them communicate, because Urbandale is going to bring pressure. They're going to walk guys up. They might bring 5, bring 6, and if we've got to be able to count for them, communicate it across the board, and then be able to pick it up.
One of the biggest issues, not with losing Dax Heimbaugh, was in the running game, but he was also the punter. And I know Bo and Asher have both been serving as kind of the punters over the last couple of weeks, but that's a strength of the team that had to adjust a little bit, even if it does open up some of the formations sometimes on 4th down.
Yeah, we hope to keep our punt formation off the field tonight, but Bo has done a really good job of assuming that role, and his average is really high. So he's been doing a great job, and we also try to use what we call our Titan formation, which is our offense stays out there, and they just happen to be our quarterbacks that can punt the ball and good athletes back there, and try to catch people off guard without any return man back. So we're going to continue to utilize that and try to gain as much yardage as we possibly can.
We already talked about it, but key to coming away with a victory over the Jayhawks of Urbandale here tonight and earning a spot in Class 5A postseason play.
Play really good defense. We're going to have to tackle much better than a week ago. I think that's really important with the, just how strong and physical the quarterback is. And then really be efficient in 3rd down, on 3rd and 4th down, like I mentioned. And I think if we're able to do that, we're going to give ourselves a great chance to come out with a win tonight.
Head coach Eric Kluver, Indianola football. We'll have more pregame coverage live on 94.3 KNIA, IC Activities YouTube after this on KNIA.
First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards checking special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
October is Fire Prevention Month, and McCoy True Value in Indianola has the products you need to keep your home safe. Hillman Fire Blankets are now available at McCoy True Value for only $12.99. The fall season is also a great time to update the batteries for your smoke and radon alarms and change the furnace filters. Head to McCoy's today for a price reduction on Filtrate and Best Air filters.
It's Chevy Truck Month at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. Get 2.9% for 72 months on new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500. New Chevy Colorados with up to $3,000 off. Plus 3.9% for 60 months. And save on new 2026 Chevy Equinox with 1.9% APR. Plus no payments for 90 days. Don't wait. Get 2.9% for 72 months on new Silverados now during Truck Month at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hi, I'm Carrie Blake with Fellows & Blake Financial. We help individuals, families, and businesses, both big and small, in 3 specific areas. The first is tax saving strategies. One of the best rates of return is saving on taxes. We also build comprehensive financial plans using our patented financial planning software. This allows our clients to live their best lives today while planning and preparing for the future. The final piece is estate preparation and estate protection. If you need some financial guidance or would like a second look at your plan, reach out to Stacy to schedule your free consultation.
Welcome back to Indianola football pregame coverage live on 94.3 KNIA ICSD Athletics. The Pride of Indianola marching band clad in their Halloween costumes. Indianola not getting a chance to play this next week, so I know Mike Richardson said let's dress up a week early for the Pride of Indianola marching band as Indianola takes on Urbandale here this evening.
I love it, man. I think I see Ronald McDonald out there. That's classy, man.
I see plenty of vegetables. I see some bananas. I saw some really good costumes down low. We'll have to try and do our best to highlight some of them when they come back out to play at halftime.
We definitely have some core food groups out there.
Kermit the Frog is right in front of us as well. Let's jump into our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. And number one for me for Indianola is don't lose the ball. Last week against Sioux City North, a game that got out of hand pretty quickly after a slower start. But Indianola gave up way too many fumbles, put the ball on the turf, and that's just not a winning formula.
Yeah, you know that the coaching staff was not happy about that. Ball security always a primary focus, and when you put the ball on the turf and give it away on possessions, and in fact, a couple of those possessions, they had marched down the field only to give up the football. So I guarantee you that was a point of emphasis this week, and I couldn't agree more on that key to the game. My key to the game is going to get Asher Brick going early. He's been off for a few weeks, hasn't been under center much. So for Indianola, getting that balance of getting the ball to Draven Westcott, Josiah Green, giving them a little dose, but also some early check down passes, something nice and easy, getting those big targets. Jacob Graham, Parker Amos, Bo Spinner, get him into the flow of the game. I think that's going to be key.
All right, we'll take a short time out for the national anthem. Back after this on KNIA ICSD Athletics.
Prioritizes convenience? Look no further than IMU Fiber. Our local and community-focused approach means faster support wait times, quicker response time for service issues, and a commitment to hometown values. Our state-of-the-art fiber network platform ensures unmatched reliability, resulting in fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. And the best part? No contracts, no data caps, and no fine print. Just great service from people you know and trust. Experience the IMU Fiber difference in Indianola today.
Have storms exposed vulnerable areas on your roof? Don't wait for winter to set in. Protect your home now. The experts at Wolf Roofing have decades of experience finding and solving unique roofing problems. From leaks to trouble spots, we'll get the job done right. Call Wolf Roofing today at 515-225-8866 or visit our new and improved website at wolfroofing.net. Wolf Roofing, your local trusted roofer, protecting your home the Wolf way.
The pride of Indianola Marching Band finishing up our national anthem. Indianola football set to take on the Jayhawks of Urbandale tonight. I'm Andrew Swadner, joined alongside Chief Rob Hawkins. Indianola win and in Class 5A postseason play, currently ranked number 14 in RPI. We got through two of our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. My third and final one, and we mentioned it a couple times here, Rob, is Urbandale quarterback Landon Rinnan is a big guy. He's listed at 6 feet 210. I wouldn't be surprised if that needed a little bit of updating, but either the way he's a big guy, he's tough to tackle, he's got a great arm, and he's got a lot of football games under his belt. And you've only seen him the last 2 years. He was a starter as a freshman, and now seeing him in his junior season.
Yeah, and I think that they probably need to update his DL photo as well. But at the end of the day, he's a big guy. He's going to run the football. Indianola's defense needs to force them into obvious passing situation, take the footwork out of the equation, force them into 3rd and long where they have to throw the football and kind of equalize the playing field.
That's our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game. You'll enjoy doing business with DeArmond Ford and DeArmondFord.com. We're leading up to our opening kick presented by Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. And we'll do these starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Urbandale Jayhawks. On the defensive line, number 71, Daniel Davis. Number 55, Nathan Jones. Number 35, Braden Cowger. And number 0, Javion Edwards Ramirez. The linebackers, number 36, Jacob Hewell. And number 4, Gabe Blanchett. The cornerbacks, number 8, Jackson Sturdivant. Number 18, Hayden Towers. And number 23, Dominic Cabildo. And the safeties, number 22, Braden McCraney. And number 10, Cade Yeager. On the offensive side for the Jayhawks, from left to right on the offensive line, number 68, Devin Moe. Number 66, Cam Bowie. Number 67, Von Hansen Son Lam. Number 70, Elias Pardon. And number 77, Daxon Kiesau. The running back tonight will be number 15, Jaire Gay. The fullback, number 36, Jacob Hewell. Your wide receivers, number 1, Callan Steverson, and number 6, Trey Dahlgren. The tight end, number 32, Hudson Weber, and the quarterback, number 5, Landon Rinnan. Your punter, number 90, Tim Dang, and kicker, number 41, Logan Sutter. Rob, take it away.
All right, the defensive line for the Indianola Indians, 55, Thomas Spargo, 57, Aiden Curtis, 52, Riley LaFrance, and 64, Peyton Wilbur. Your linebackers, 27, Draven Westcott, number 2, Gabby King, and 46, Guy Berryhill. Cornerbacks, number 12, Max Martinez, and number 4, Nick Bradley. The 2 safeties, number 7, Cole Meyer, and number 3, Max Waljasper. On that offensive line, left to right, 78, Jacob Cruz. Number 64, Peyton Wilbur. Number 55, Thomas Spargo at the center. 54, Zach O'Meara. And at that right tackle, number 66, Jay Spates. Tight end tonight, number 88, Bo Spenner. Wide receiving core, it's going to be 35, Parker Kaufman, number 9, Jacob Graham, and number 16, Parker Amos. At running back, you're going to see number 27, Draven Westcott, and at fullback, it's going to be number 26, Josiah Green. And at QB1 tonight, number 5, Asher Brick. And your kicker tonight is Caden Gazelle, and your punter is Bo Blake.
All right, very much well done, Mr. Rob Hawkins, on that one.
First time all year.
I've thrown you under the bus a couple of times with that. I believe Kian Ruiz could be back here tonight. I'd have to double check. We'll see during the game as well as far as kicking. A couple other names we wanted to mention that are going to play a lot as well as quarterback Bo Blake, number 10, and then running back number 19, Ian McDonald. All of those guys are going to get into the game a whole lot, as well as number 18 for Indianola at wide receiver, Luke Gordon. Coach Eric Luver said he's going to be playing a whole lot here this evening. So that is our starting lineups. Our other games we're paying attention to again in Class 5A, the big one, Norwalk versus Waukee Northwest. If Norwalk can get the upset, Waukee Northwest was undefeated. They fell to Waukee last week, and Waukee was not close to a playoff spot. Now a Waukee win over Waterloo West, and Waukee likely snags a playoff spot. So that really hurt Norwalk. So the Warriors might have to come away with a victory here tonight. But really, we're looking at Waukee versus Waterloo West, Dubuque Senior versus Cedar Rapids Prairie, and Norwalk versus Waukee Northwest, as well as our game here. Indianola Urbandale are the big keys of what we're looking at here tonight. Any final thoughts before we look towards our opening kick, presented by Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine?
Well, it's crisp out. It feels like fall. I could use some apple crisp up here in the booth, so if anybody brought some, bring it on up. But man, this feels like football win and you're in. You can't get any better for week 9.
I'll take a warm apple cider maybe, and we'll make it feel like fall, or pumpkin spice something. I've never tried it, but it sounds fall-y.
It does sound fall-y.
You're listening to the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network. Heinz Mechanical, your premier Lennox dealer in Warren County. Service done right. We'll take a short time out. Be back for our opening kick, presented by Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine on KNIA ICSD Athletics YouTube.
Looking to lease your next home in central Iowa? Kading Properties delivers maintenance-free, stress-free living in communities with conveniences. Kading Properties' pet-friendly communities cater to everyone, from young professionals to families and downsizers. Leasable townhomes offer private front door and attached garage, conveniently located in Knoxville, Pella, Newton, Indianola, Pleasant Hill, Bondurant, and more. It's a perfect blend of comfort and convenience. Visit kadingproperties.com to view available townhomes near you. Kading Properties, the perfect fit for your lifestyle.
The days are shorter, the temps are not quite as high, and there seems to be a cool brisk in the air. Fall is coming fast, and winter is not far behind. The change in the seasons is Mother Nature's way of giving you a heads up that now is the time to make sure your home heating system is ready for the brutal Iowa winters. Heinz Mechanical, your Lennox dealer for Warren, Marion, and surrounding counties, is offering a $100 furnace inspection to make sure your home heating system doesn't let you down this winter when you need it most. Call Heinz Mechanical or check them out online at heinzmechanical.com. Heinz Mechanical, where your satisfaction is always 100% guaranteed.
Welcome back to Indianola Stadium, Indianola's final regular season game. Everybody's final regular season game in Class 3A, 4A, and 5A. 2A and below begin postseason play tonight, but we're focusing on Indianola versus Urbandale. Win and in for the Indians versus the Jayhawks. Indianola currently ranks number 14 in the RPI and occupy a playoff spot, but a loss with not much margin for error. I'm not going to say it's what the chances are. It's slim at the very best if they lose, but if they win, they're guaranteed in.
Yeah, that's a tough task tonight, and what I like for Indianola is all they got to do is control their own destiny tonight. They're in the driver's seat, and they can press down on the gas pedal just as much as they want tonight. They are authorized to speed.
All right. I like that a lot. Best costume you've seen so far, I got to give it to Kermit. So far, there's a lot of bananas. I think I've said before, my go-to Halloween costume from the Pride of Indianola Marching Band be below us. My go-to is mustard. I've had that one for like a decade, and I wear it every Halloween. But there's a lot of creativity out there.
Hey, I called it out earlier. I'm going to give some mad props to Ronald McDonald, because that guy went all out. Guy or gal, I guess. Yes. I shouldn't differentiate, but they definitely went all out. Very authentic. I feel like going to McDonald's after the game.
Indianola will be kicking off. We welcome you inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA, AM 1320, FM 94.3, KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola. Our opening kick presented by Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for Indianola. It will be kicking off for the Indians, Caden Gazelle. So Gazelle getting the kicking duties here tonight. Indianola from their own 40. From right to left, Urbandale in their away whites, Indianola in their home purple. Gazelle with a pooch kick is going to let it bounce at the 25. There's an opportunity, but Urbandale gets it, takes a big hit, but stays on his feet, and then wrapped up and taken down. Deep inside Urbandale territory, Parker Kaufman in on the tackle in special teams.
Wow, Josiah Green there too. Big pop to start the game, and you can tell they are amped up and ready to go.
Our opening kick presented by Capital Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, with locations in Knoxville and Indianola, serving patients in our local communities for specialized treatment close to home. The choice is Capital. He's Chief Rob Hawkins. I'm Andrew Swadner. We're bringing Indianola football play-by-play with you on KNIA and the ICSD Athletics YouTube. Finally, we're here. We're ready to go. We've been trying all season long. Urbandale with a double wide receiver left, one H-back to the right. Landon Rinnan in the shotgun. Handoff, right side. Indianola in pursuit, but Jaire Gay is going to get through. He's up to the 30, and he's down the sideline. Not the way Indianola wanted to start this game. Westcott in pursuit. He gets a burst from his teammate, but he's tackled all the way down at the 20-yard line. And a big gain by Gay for Urbandale up to the Indianola 22-yard line.
Gay jet sweep around to the right side and was able to just find the hole and just get through there, and the secondary just wasn't able to catch up. Touchdown saving tackle by Westcott.
Westcott got a boost from Max Waljasper in pursuit. He pushed him over towards him, but Urbandale with the big play to start. It's 11:33 and counting to go. Quarter number 1, 1st and 10. Urbandale now from the Indianola 22-yard line. Rinnan, same play, handoff. No, he'll keep it right side. Indianola much better pursuit this time, but he gets across the 20 up to the 17-yard line for a gain of 5 by Landon Rinnan.
Gabby King and Riley LaFrenson on the stop there. They just did a nice job. We talked about it in the pregame. They got to keep him between the tackles, and they did that right there.
The big gain by Urbandale was at least about 52 yards or so. I'd have to double check where they started the drive from. But 11 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Indianola Urbandale scoreless. Rinnan fakes the handoff, throws, intercepted. Indianola grabs it up to the 20-yard line, cutting back, staying on his feet. Here comes the Indians. Gabby King with the big turnover to start it. Rinnan throws it right to the Indianola linebacker. A late laundry thrown onto the field, but Indianola, after giving up a big play, Gabby King gets the turnover.
Hey, big-time interception right there. Lennon has thrown some interceptions, Rinnan. I'm sorry, I said Lennon. Rinnan has thrown some interceptions earlier this year, and that's exactly what you wanted to see, was the Indianola secondary able to come up with a big turnover, especially after giving up the big run to Gay.
The flag was thrown after the interception, so even if this is on Indianola, it should be their ball. Blindside block on Indianola. It should be 15 yards after the penalty, so Indianola will retain possession, but it is 15 yards instead of the 37. It'll be back at the 22-yard line. It should be for the Indianola offense. We'll call it the 23. So Indianola will take over. 10:49 to go. Quarter number 1. 0-0 score. A huge run of 50-plus yards by Gay for Urbandale, but an interception by Gabby King flips the situation for Indianola just outside of the State Farm agent Chad Keel red zone. Asher Brick in at quarterback. He's got double wide receivers right. Ian McDonald in at running back. Brick in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff, rolls off to his right, has a receiver caught. Jacob Graham up near the 33, cuts back just in front of the first down, but he should get a gain of 10 and a fresh set of downs for Indianola. Brick to Jacob Graham.
Yeah, and that's just exactly what we wanted to see. We talked about it, getting Asher Brick settled in. He's back after a long layoff, and that was just a nice throw and a nice catch, and getting that big wide receiver senior Jacob Graham in there involved early is key.
Bo Blake coming onto the field already for Indianola. We talked about this in our KNIA radio pregame show. Just because Asher got the start at quarterback doesn't mean we're not going to see a lot of Bo Blake here today. Brick lined up at running back. Double wide receivers left, 1st and 10. Indianola, 10:19 to go, quarter number 1. Graham goes in motion from left to right. Brick lined up at running back. He'll get the carry onto the right side. Gets pushed forward across the 35-yard line. We'll see where the final marker is, but I'm guessing the 36 for a gain of 3 by Asher Brick, and Indianola will have a 2nd and 7.
Yeah. Part of Indianola football is controlling the clock, and so interchanging Brick into the backfield, subbing in Ian McDonald and Westcott, Josiah Green. I think they're going to look to do this all night.
Same formation for Indianola, except reversed. Left side, Amos and Graham at wide receiver. Blake, quick toss out left side, caught Parker Amos. He stood up, but he gets away from a defender at the 38, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Parker Amos turns it from a 3rd and medium to a 3rd and 2 after a 5-yard gain through the air.
Yeah, definitely 3rd and manageable coming up. Parker Amos did a nice job really kind of stretching his body out. He's got that big, lanky frame, and he just stretched out, holding 2 hands on the football, and then got drugged back, but he gets the forward progress.
Indianola now 3rd and 2 from their own 41-yard line. 0-0 score, 9:10 left to go. Quarter number 1. An Indianola defensive interception changed the field on the first possession of the game. Brick in at quarterback. Draven Westcott in at running back. One receiver left and right. High snap, but it gets over to Westcott. He gets away from a defender in the backfield, and he's going to push forward up to the 43. Should be just enough for a first down. Mark it a gain of 3 on 3rd and 2, and Indianola moves the chains again.
Nice job there. Westcott was able to just follow the gap in the line there and just do what he needed to do, get across the line, get a fresh set of downs.
Big IMU Fiber instant radio update that really helps Indianola. Norwalk 7, Waukee Northwest nothing with 7:53 to go in the first quarter, and Eli Robbins one-handed 29-yard touchdown catch.
Well, I'm giving a big fist pump out there to the Norwalk staff.
I know they're the rivalry, but Indianola would be helped big by a Norwalk win here tonight. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Brick in at quarterback. McDonald in at running back. Amos goes in motion, fakes the handoff, quick toss out. Parker Amos caught at the 45 up to midfield inside Urbandale territory, staying on his feet across the 45-yard line and pushed out of bounds there from the 44 up to about the 43-yard line. That is a gain of 13 on the play. 1st and 10, Indianola inside Urbandale territory from Brick to Amos.
Amos right there in motion, going across to the right there. As soon as they snap the ball, toss it over to him, and then he just does the rest. And he actually had 2 guys dragging on him, and he was able to pull him about 3 yards and move the sticks.
1st and 10, Indianola, 8:16 to go, quarter number 1, nothing score. Indianola trips wide receivers off to the left side. Brick with Josiah Green in at running back. Amos goes in motion from left to right again. Snap, designed run, Brick cuts upfield, up to the 40-yard line, has blockers out in front, cuts back again, stays on his feet, up across the 35-yard line to the 34. Gain of 9 on the ground for Asher Brick on the designed run. It's 2nd and 1, Indianola with 8 minutes to go in the first.
You just see how versatile Asher Brick is with that run. He was definitely right in the middle, going in between the tackles, and then he just started to shift left and right and ended up picking up another 3 yards.
I love the offensive line there. Seemed like they missed a block early on, but then they just kept pushing down the field and gave Brick another running lane to go through after the fact. It was almost blown up in the backfield. 4 wide receivers set up for Indianola, 2 left, 2 right. Green in the backfield along with Asher Brick, 2nd and 1. Green with the handoff, tries the right side. He's going to get a first down, just tripped up at the 25-yard line, but Josiah Green with a rush up to the 23 for a gain of 11.
And the offensive line just doing a nice job. If Rick Wilson was here, he'd be just glowing right now. He loves the offensive line play. But Josiah Green, I think Indianola's coaching staff, they think he's special.
And I think they're going to give him a much bigger role here tonight as well. He's been a blocking kind of H-back, fullback type. 7:13 and counting to go, quarter number 1. Indianola, Urbandale scoreless in the first quarter. Indianola's first offensive possession, but they started deep inside their own territory, and now they're at the Urbandale 23-yard line. Brick in the shotgun. Westcott into the game at running back, going in motion from left to right, faking the pitch. There, Brick loses the ball, tries to get it out to Westcott. He was falling to the ground. It might be, I don't think it'll be grounding because there was a receiver, but it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage here, Rob. So I think the referees might be talking about it, but I think that one should just be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, that it was close, though. I mean, it certainly gave the refs pause, but fortunately no laundry there. Great wherewithal from Blake to go ahead and toss that away, but it was close.
That was Bo Blake going in motion as well for Indianola. So they are really bringing out all the tricks here today. Blake in at quarterback, Brick next to him, as well as Westcott, 2nd and 10. Brick going in motion, handoff, Westcott right side. He runs right into the defender, crosses the 20, or no, they mark him down at around the 21 for just a gain of 2. And this has been Indianola's problem, Rob, all season long has been these drives look really good till about the red zone, and then they've stalled out, and it's a 3rd and 8 after just a gain of 2 by Draven.
Yeah, you don't want to look like a Cadillac between the 20s and then look like a beat-up Pinto when you get into the red zone here. But that's unfortunately, I was hoping they would go ahead and maybe a little play action there because they had Asher Brick out there to the left. If they would have got that ball to him on that little screen there, he would have been gone.
I think we'll see that a lot more throughout the game. I think they're just showing Urbandale that they can run on that play as well. Brick goes out in motion. He's at wide receiver. Blake, an empty backfield, drops back to pass, throws across the middle, tipped up, and that one's intercepted by Urbandale. And the teams trade interceptions. The Jayhawks return it up to the 40, and a tackle made at the 46-yard line for Indianola. Couple guys in on the tackle, but credit to Jacob Cruz, and both Indianola and Urbandale, their first possessions are giveaways, and the Jayhawks take over at their own 47-yard line with 5:59 to go, quarter number 1 in a scoreless game.
Yeah, tipped up pass there, and it was anyone's ball there, and Urbandale came down with it. It's just unfortunate. The ball thrown just a little bit behind the receiver, and the ball gets tipped up.
Apologies to Urbandale watchers. I didn't see who got the interception. It was on the far side of the field and ran off the field very quickly.
Their numbers are a little hard to read.
One receiver left and right for Landon Rinnan. Under 6 minutes to go in the first. He drops back to pass, has a clean pocket, takes a shot deep down the field, but overthrown. Good coverage by Max Martinez, intended for Callan Steverson, and it's second down and 10, 5:52 to go, quarter number 1.
Yeah, that ball was way overthrown. No chance for anybody to catch that except for maybe the cheerleaders over there on the far side.
5:52 remaining, quarter number 1. The defensive start, hot and cold for Indianola, but then the interception from Urbandale has flipped this game completely around. Rinnan drops back to pass, quick knock out left side, caught. That one is into the hands of Steverson, and that one will get up inside Indianola territory to the 48-yard line, gain of about 5, and sets up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Martinez in on the stop there. Pretty good coverage, didn't really develop anywhere.
3rd down and 5, potential 4-down territory, but if Indianola can make it 3rd down and long from the Indianola 48-yard line. Rinnan in the shotgun, running back next to him. Receivers left and right. Indianola showing pressure. Now they back off. Rinnan, keeper, he faces pressure. They're all in pursuit. Here comes a bunch of Indianola defenders, and they tackle him at midfield for a loss of 2. Bunch of guys in on it, but led by Gabby King as well as Cole Meyer in on the tackle, and it's a loss of 2, and it's 4th and 7, and Urbandale should be sending out the punt unit.
Yeah, nice job there, and Guy Berryhill was on that backside there and able to kind of prevent that opening.
Urbandale going for it here, 4th and 7. The offense stays out. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a run in back up and punt, but now we'll get a pause because we're going to get laundry and a flag and a false start called on the Jayhawks.
Yeah, as a coaching staff, I'm sure Urbandale's going crazy because when you go into that formation, you practice that during the week. You're trying to get the defense to jump. It's not your job to jump.
I think that was always going to be a 5-yard penalty regardless to give Urbandale a little bit more room. But our State Farm agent Chad Keel radio scoreboard, only Norwalk Waukee Northwest with a score right now. Norwalk leading 7-0 in the first quarter. Urbandale set to punt from left to right. Snap is good. Snap is bobbled, but Urbandale will get a line drive punt off. It is not a great one, but it will take a great Urbandale bounce across the 20-yard line. And forgive me, Urbandale punter. Beautiful punt all the way back at the 15-yard line. Indianola will have 85 yards to go to try and find the end zone with 4:52 left to go, quarter number 1.
I think it's just us because I don't know that we've seen a bad punting performance all season.
I have, in a lot of my years here at Indianola and Simpson College, I've seen a lot of great punters, and I'm blessed in that. I've come to value a great punt.
Yeah.
So, Tanner Philpott right now, one of the best at Simpson, one of the best punters in the ARC. Nathan Hawkins out at Simpson, and then of course we've seen Dax Heimbaugh, Bo Blake punting this year for Indianola. So
Andrew
they take
DeWall
over. Yes,
year.
Andrew DeWall was a great punter. Receivers left and right for Indianola. Brick in the shotgun. Josiah Green with him. Green gets the handoff, tries the right side, finds a big hole, stays on his feet across the 20 and drags the defender up to the 26-yard line. Gain of 11 on the ground for Josiah Green, and Indianola moves the sticks again.
Indianola fans getting to see why exactly the coaching staff is so high on Josiah Green. He took a couple hits there and just kept on going.
2 carries, 22 yards for Josiah Green in this first quarter. 4:35 and counting to go, quarter number 1. Indianola 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Both quarterbacks for Indianola and Urbandale have an interception. Brick, he's in the shotgun. He's got a running back flanking him as well as one next to him. Handoff up the middle again. Pushing forward is Green. This time Urbandale's going to be all over him, and he drags him down. Good tackle coming in by the Jayhawks, I believe. That might have even been Rinnan on the tackle.
Okay, yeah. Urbandale kind of sniffed that one out there. So 2nd down and 8 here for the Indians, and it's going to be interesting to see. We've kind of been seeing this just little mix of run and short passes here. At what point does offensive coordinator Mitch Curtis go ahead and dial up maybe a shot deep?
2nd and 8 from their own 28-yard line. Josiah Green with carries of 11 and 2 yards on this drive. Double wide receivers right. Brick in the shotgun. Receiver going in motion from right to left is Jacob Graham. Handoff up the middle. Pushing across the 30. Falling forward is Green. He gets up to the 32-yard line. 3rd and manageable after a gain of 4. And Indianola will have a 3rd and 4 set up after back-to-back carries by Josiah Green.
And that was Rennan again on the stop there, and he comes off the field there. And if you're Urbandale, you probably want to be careful with your options on him.
Yeah, you know, Urbandale still hoping for a shot at postseason play as well. They absolutely need a win and probably some help, but this is that time of year. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Indianola a 3rd down and a long 4 from their own 32-yard line. Fakes the pitch. Brick, they try a screen. It's caught. Green out of the backfield. Stays on his feet. Leaps forward. Does he get to the 36-yard line? He does. Josiah Green caught it at the line of scrimmage. Was hit at about 2 yards short, but just dove forward for a gain of 4.
Well, you know, the Indianola band dressed up in their costumes, and guess what? Josiah Green, he's wearing a Superman costume because he just leaped forward.
Saving Indianola a fresh set of downs and a 4th and short. Deep inside their own territory, Josiah Green. Good play call. I'll give Urbandale a lot of credit on sniffing that one out. There was a lot of guys past the line of scrimmage, and Green looked open, but he dives forward for a gain of 4. 1st and 10, Indianola, 4 wide receivers set up. Green, handoff up the middle. This time he runs into a host of Jayhawks for a gain of 1, including Javion Edwards-Ramirez and Gabe Blanchin for the Jayhawks, and it's just a gain of 1.
Yeah, just nice job there by Urbandale. They were ready for that. Jacob Green, or Josiah Green, he might need to get to the oxygen tank. They are really working him hard on this offensive series.
So we'll see. He's been the feature back. 2nd and 9, 1:53 and counting to go. Quarter number 1. Indianola and Urbandale scoreless. Indianola 2nd down and 9 from their own 37-yard line. Double wide receivers left, one to the right for Asher Brick. He's still got Green in the backfield with him. Brick fakes the handoff, throws across the middle, tipped up. He had Gordon open, but a good play coming in. I think Blanchin again got the tip for Urbandale, and it's incomplete, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Blanchin, the Urbandale's leading tackler. He's got 82.5 tackles coming into tonight's game, but he came dangerously close to getting a pick added to his resume.
And if he doesn't get that, Gordon might be gone. I mean, he had the slant, Brick had the angle on the throw. It was just a really good defensive play by Urbandale. So Brick leading the drive, a 3rd down and 9 from their own 37-yard line. We'll see what head or assistant coach Mitch Curtis has in store for a play call. Max Martinez and Luke Gordon off to the left of Asher Brick. Parker Amos off to the right. Green in the backfield. Brick in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Pushes up the middle. He's going to try and run it. He jukes a defender, stays on his feet across the 45, but he's just a yard short at the 45-yard line. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 9. And we'll see what Coach Kluver and the Indianola coaching staff wants to do here in a 0-0 ball game. 1:15 remaining in the first quarter.
I think they're going to go for it.
Gain of 8 on the ground by Brick. There's still time on the play clock if they want to make a change. There's 24, but the offense staying out there, and this is already a potential urgent situation presented by Jiffy Express and Indy 66. A 4th down and 1, and we're going to get a McCoy True Value timeout called by Indianola with 56.4 seconds remaining, quarter number 1.
Yeah, this is a big-time call right now in a 0-0 game. You can definitely shift the momentum here and give Urbandale a short field if you don't make this, so definitely decision time for Indianola football.
IMU Fiber Instant Radio Update, postseason play for Class 2A and below, specifically Pella Christian. They trail Clarinda 7-0. Pella Christian sneaking into the playoffs with a win over Albia last week, gave them 1 district win, but that was enough to get into postseason play in Class 2A. And then Waukee Northwest answers with a quick IMU Fiber Instant Radio Update. It's 7-all with 1:10 to go in the first. Norwalk and Waukee Northwest.
You know, I got a soft spot for PC, so I'm rooting for PC and their one district win. I hope they can get a playoff win.
A long road trip for Tyler Crabb to go all the way out to Clarinda, but no sympathy here. We were at Sioux City a couple weeks ago, so.
That was just last week.
Last week, and
it
then I
feels
went to,
like 2 weeks
I
ago.
went to Decorah on Saturday, so I've been traversing Iowa over the last couple of weeks. So I'm happy to be home for both Indianola and Simpson. 4th down and 1 out of the McCoy True Value timeout. Indianola has Bo Blake into the game at quarterback, Draven Westcott in at running back, Brick in at wide receiver. He'll go in motion. He'll take the snap underneath center. He'll push forward. He's going to get very close. It should be right on the 46-yard line. On the tush push, the quarterback sneak up the middle. He gained about a yard, but we'll wait and see for the final call.
They spotted that.
They might have to come out and measure. I thought short.
They spotted that short of the 46.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout and measure. I think it's short here, Rob.
I do too. Just looking at it, eyeballing it from the booth here, but definitely the spot is short.
52.9 seconds to go, quarter number 1. Brick, it looked like it was very, very, very close, but I think this spot is just not it. But an urgent situation presented by Indy 66 and Jiffy Express. And we'll wait and see here. Yeah, this one is not enough. Short. Urbandale gets the stop on our urgent situation. Presented by Jiffy Express and Indy 66 convenience stores in Indianola and Martinsdale. So whether you're up early or out late, Jiffy Express and Indy 66 have you covered when you're in a pinch. All 3 Indianola locations open 24 hours a day.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Indianola. Now their defense is going to have to answer the bell here with Urbandale having a short field, Andrew.
4 turnovers in the game. Well, I guess I should say 3 turnovers, Indianola on downs, 2 interceptions, an Urbandale punt. But lots of changes of possession here in the first quarter. Urbandale, their 3rd drive of the game and a 0-0 score. 52.9 seconds remaining. Fakes the jet sweep. Handoff up the middle. Blown up in the backfield. Indianola guy Berryhill as well as Peyton Wilbur will get it for a loss of a couple yards back to the Indianola 47-yard line for a loss of 1. That was Jaire Gay on the carry.
Nice job there by the Indianola defense, and they really need a 3-and-out here.
2nd down and a long 11, under 30 seconds to go, quarter number 1. 0-0 score, Indianola and Urbandale. Double wide receivers right, none to the left for the Jayhawks inside Indianola territory. Rennan in the shotgun, and we should get a false start here. There we go. Late flag, but looks like Daxon Kiso on the false start turns a 2nd down and 11, turns into 2nd down and 16, and Urbandale inside their own territory now.
Yeah, and this is exactly what the Indianola defense likes, is because now it forces them to think about, when I say them, Urbandale, into thinking about a passing situation, and that is not their strong suit.
We'll see if Urbandale wants to run a play. 8 seconds to go, quarter number 1.
I don't think they're going to.
They are not lined up. And a back and forth. First quarter. 0-0 Indianola, Urbandale. Quarter number 2. Back after this at Indianola Stadium on KNIA, the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network, and the ICSD Athletics YouTube.
Service you expect from people you trust. People's Bank.
Hi, I'm Amanda, the branch manager at People's Bank Knoxville. At People's Bank, we're more than just a workplace, we're your bank for good. We believe in kindness, community, and creating a positive impact every day. We're always looking for caring, driven individuals to join our team. Our open positions are personal banker at our Carlisle branch, personal banker at our Pleasantville branch, and traveling personal banker at our Pleasantville branch. If you're ready to grow your career with a company that truly lives its value, visit mybankpsb.com and click on careers to apply. People's Bank is member FDIC and equal opportunity employer.
Visit mybankpsb.com and click on careers to apply.
Service you expect from people you trust. People's Bank.
People's Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Indianola Stadium inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA. I'm Andrew Swadner. He's Rob Hawkins. We're also on the ICSD Athletics YouTube stream. Thanks to so much to the whole crew here doing the video work. Can't thank them enough. Making sure we're on the air and sounding good, as well as our crew back in Knoxville. But Rob, a first quarter that a lot of both teams did a lot of good things, but a lot of things that they'd like back, I think.
Absolutely. Both quarterbacks had some play calls of throws that they definitely like back.
Rennan has 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left on second down and 16. They try to set up a screen. Indianola's all over it. Now he's going to take off and run, and he has some legs across the 45 inside Indianola territory. And what was a broken play, Indianola read the screen perfectly, Rob, but Landon Rennan just pulls it back, and he gets all the way up to the Indianola 39 for a gain of 13.
Well, he just shows how dangerous he really is. He gets a little bit of open field, and he's going to make you pay, and he turned what should have been a 3rd and long into definitely a 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 3 from the Indianola 39-yard line. They need the 36. 11:51 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola and Urbandale scoreless in this quarter. Rennan, double wide receivers right. Option, handoff, Rennan keeps it up the middle, as he goes across the 40. Should have enough for a first down up to the 36-yard line for a gain of 3. Berryhill in on the stop, and that should move the chains. Yeah, they're going to just straight up move them. It was very, very close, if not. And a 3-yard gain by Landon Rennan on 3rd down and 3. And that quarterback scramble really coming back to hurt the Indianola defense.
The chain gang played with my emotions by taking their time there.
1st and 10, Indianola, double wide receivers right for Landon Rennan and the Jayhawks offense. Scoreless ball game. Handoff right side to reverse. Back to Rennan. A flea flicker has a receiver deep. Indianola in coverage, and it's over the top. Caught. Touchdown, Urbandale. The flea flicker for the Jayhawks, but a flag on the play at the 30-yard line. I think this one is coming back here, Rob. I think it might be a legal man downfield.
Okay. I didn't see that, but I was kind of watching the route develop, and it was actually really good coverage. The Urbandale receiver had just a step, and that's all he needed. And Rennan threw a really nice ball there.
Dahlgren caught the touchdown in the end zone on 1st and 10 from the Indianola 36-yard line, but ineligible man downfield. That's one of the really tough things, Rob, about these long developing plays. As an offensive lineman, you have to sell that it's going to be a run, and then you kind of have to back off. And if you venture more than 5 yards down the field, that's what calls this one back, and the Jayhawks get a touchdown taken away from them, and Indianola catches a break.
Those long, slow developing plays are discriminatory towards those offensive linemen.
We're inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians radio network. Rennan, handoff up the middle. Right side wrapped up and taken down just about a yard. Nice job, Westcott, as well as for Indianola. Jace Bateson on the tackle, and Gay with a gain of 1 sets up 2nd and 14.
Yeah, and sometimes those big plays, when they get called back because of a penalty, it kind of gives that defense kind of like they take a breath and it's a second chance.
2nd down and 14 from the Indianola 40-yard line. Urbandale in their away white jerseys, moving from right to left. Rennan with a receiver on the left and the right, drops back to pass. He looks right side towards the sideline. Good coverage, but a better throw and a better catch out at the 30-yard line. Gain of 10 sets up 3rd down and short. And I believe catching it for the Jayhawks on that one was Hudson Weber, the tight end, for a gain of 10.
Yeah, Weber with a good catch there. And Westcott had good coverage, but like you said, a better throw and a better catch.
So 3rd down and 4 from the Indianola 30-yard line. They need the 26. Jayhawks, double wide receivers left and right. Rennan drops back to pass. They get it out to Gay. It's well defended by Indianola, and a good breakdown tackle by Gabby King. Stops him back at the 35-yard line for a loss of 5. And Urbandale with a 4th down and long coming up.
Yeah, that was just a great job there, and it looked like it was Riley LaFrance was able to put pressure on the quarterback there and maybe able to help blow that play up. And so just a great job, and here's a big 4th down here.
4 down territory. If you're Urbandale, you might as well take a shot to the end zone, and it's either intercepted or incomplete, and it's not horrible field position.
Yeah, but if you're Indianola, again, you just like this opportunity, this down and distance for you, because Urbandale does not throw the ball all that well.
Urbandale's going to let the play clock wind down or call a McCoy True Value timeout. That's what they're going to do. So a McCoy True Value timeout called, 9:20 remaining, quarter number 2 in a 0-0 ball game. Indianola win and in the Class 5A postseason scenario. I'm Andrew Swadner. He's Rob Hawkins. Let's do an IMU Fiber instant radio update. But Norwalk had a 7-0 lead on Waukee Northwest. That one is now 7-all at the end of the first. Clarinda leads Pella Christian 14-0 into the second quarter. Gilbert leading North Polk 14-3, two of the top teams in Class 4A. That potential matchup for our 4A schools, Newton and Pella. So a lot of things to paying attention to, not just an IMU Fiber instant radio update, but we'll call that a State Farm Agent Chad Keel radio scoreboard. For auto, home, and life, see Chad Keel for coverage. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yeah, that's just a lot of exciting football going on. Week 9 always brings out the best.
I forgot my. There we go. 4th down and 9, Urbandale, a McCoy True Value timeout. They're going to send out the field goal unit. This is a 52-yard field goal coming in by kicker Logan Sutter. Higher snap, kick is up, it's blocked by Indianola. The Indianola special teams gets the block, and the play is whistled dead on the block, but the Indianola special teams comes up big on a 52-yarder. Indianola will take over on offense, 9:14 to go, quarter number 1 at their own 35-yard line.
Wow, just a curious play selection there, and going for a 52-yard kick there, but Indianola made sure to take any drama out of that by blocking it.
All right, 9:14 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola trying to find the first score of the game. They've had a couple interceptions and a turnover, or one interception and a turnover on downs. Brick in at quarterback. Josiah Green in the backfield. Double wide receivers right. Amos going in motion from left to right. They fake the pitch to him. Green gets the handoff. He's going to push forward, but Urbandale all over it. Just a 2-yard gain for Josiah Green, and it's 2nd down and 8.
Well, and this game is kind of starting to turn into a defensive battle back and forth. And, when you got two running teams that want to grind the clock out, and you get defenses that show up to play ball, you end up getting these games that are scoreless going into the second quarter. And as this clock winds down, Indianola really needs to kind of establish a rhythm and go down and put some points on the board here.
IMU Fiber instant radio update. The Waukee Northwest Wolves have scored another touchdown. They lead Norwalk 14-7. Brick, a 2nd and 8. Double wide receivers left and right. This time it's a pitch to Parker Amos. He tries to get to the outside. He'll get up to the 40-yard line for a gain of 3. And that's it. And a gain of 3 sets up 3rd down and 5 for Indianola from their own 40-yard line.
3rd and 5 here. It's still 3rd and manageable. Indianola's doing a good job getting off the ball, especially the offensive line. So they certainly have some options when it comes to the play call here.
I think we're going to see a pass out to Asher Brick here, and he's either going to throw it or run it. 3 wide receivers out left for Indianola. Bo Blake in at quarterback. Brick in at running back. 1 to the right as well. Blake drops back to pass. Has a clean pocket. Throw to the sideline. Caught Asher Brick at the 45. Enough for a 1st down. And Indianola's quarterback runs out for a route. And a gain of 6 makes it 1st and 10. Indianola up to the 45, 46-yard line.
Yeah, Asher Brick there knew exactly where the sticks were and made the catch, and just a nice throw and nice foreshadowing there.
So 1st and 10 Indianola from their own 46, 7:49 to go, quarter number 1. Or 2, excuse me. Indianola Urbandale scoreless. Half number 1. Brick in the shotgun. He's got Ian McDonald into the game at running back. Gets the snap. Designed run by Brick. Gets a block across midfield. Stays on his feet. Good block downfield. Indianola offensive lineman Zach O'Mara allowing him to get those last couple yards, and Brick with a gain of 7 on the ground.
Yeah, that was a great block up front by O'Mara, and we got an Urbandale players down on the ground there, so they're going to have an official's timeout for an injury.
So McCoy True Value timeout taken on the field. Both teams with 2 remaining. 7:33 left to go, quarter number 2. Indianola and Urbandale scoreless, and Rob, Indianola, we said, has looked good between the 20s for the most part this season. It's been finishing off drives. We saw it against Newton, where a game that was a 7-point game and tied, and what the end game looked very inflated, kind of the same with Ankeny Centennial, a very close game. That wasn't that for the majority of the contest, but Indianola's unable to finish out drives where the other teams have led to some inflated losses.
Yeah, and that's what they can't afford tonight, obviously, for so many reasons, mainly the win in your end scenario. But again, it's just a situation where Indianola has to finish here. And you know what? Sometimes you just need to stick with what got you there, and that's sometimes Indianola has not always done that.
Gain of 7 by Brick on the quarterback keeper, sets up 2nd and 3 after the injury timeout. Double wide receivers left, none to the right for Brick from the right. Hash mark moving from left to right. Scoreless game, Indianola Urbandale. Brick, another snap off the mark. He hands it off, and this one's blown up in the backfield. Maybe rushing forward for Green up to the 46-yard line, but really not much there, and it'll be 3rd down and short.
Yeah, when he was running the football there, he actually ran into the back of his own offensive lineman. I couldn't tell which number it was, but they just no shot for that play.
So 3rd down and 3 from the 47-yard line. They need the 44. 7:16 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola's offense trying to make something happen, and a penalty is called on Urbandale. So this one's moving forward a long way. So I didn't, it was a 15-yard penalty, Rob. There must have been a face mask or a late hit or something.
Yeah,
but,
I didn't even see the call.
I was pulling down my stats, and of course there's no microphone working for the referees tonight, but Indianola goes from the 47 to the 32 on a gain of 15. 1st and 10 Indianola. 7:13 to go, quarter number 2. Double wide receivers left for Indianola. One of the best chances to score. Brick in the shotgun. Green and McDonald in it, running back with him. Brick fakes the handoff. McDonald drops back, now scrambling, has a lot of room across the 30 to the 25. One man to beat, to the sideline, to the 15. Tackled down at the 11-yard line for a gain of 21 by Asher Brick.
And Asher Brick just put that ball down. He had a lot of pressure coming in the pocket, and oftentimes, we talked about this last week at Sioux City, if you run away back towards your own end zone, that's trouble. Asher stepped up into the pocket. All of a sudden, there was a wide open running lane, and then at the end, he drove his shoulder, which we kind of worry about, but man, he initiated contact and drove forward. Just a great run by Asher Brick.
We're in the State Farm Agent Chad Keel red zone. For the first time tonight between both of these teams. 1st and 10 Indianola at the 11-yard line. Nothing score. Brick, handoff up the middle. McDonald trying to push forward. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and no gain there on the carry.
He's met by a host of Jayhawks right there. That play got blown up in the backfield. McDonald really had no opportunity to get moving there, and he's a little frustrated, but you know, Indianola is still in good shape here, and it'll be interesting to see maybe a little play action here.
I think we're going to see a couple shots at the end zone here. Indianola really wanting to come away with some points, and at the very least put the ball into the hands of Asher Brick and see what he could do with it. 2nd down and 10 at the Urbandale 11-yard line inside the State Farm Agent Chad Keel red zone. Brick in the shotgun. Westcott with him. And we're going to get a McCoy True Value timeout called by Indianola. They have 1 remaining in this first half. Nothing score. Indianola, Urbandale, but Indianola, their first foray into the State Farm Agent Chad Keel red zone, 2nd down and 10.
Coach Kluver's fired up out there. Somebody was not in the right spot, and so forcing them to use a McCoy True Value timeout right there. And he had something to say, and now has just let the coaches take over there. But they have to be in the right place at the right time, and that just didn't happen on that play.
IMU Fiber Instant Radio Update. No surprises, but Newton with an early lead against Marion, 7-0. That was a 7:30 start, 10:37 to go, quarter number 1. Yeah, a couple of 7:30 starts. I believe Pella also a 7:30 start here tonight. We say nay to 7:30 starts.
Nay
no
on
thank
the
yous.
7:30 starts.
We like our 7 o'clock starts here. So Indianola, Urbandale scoreless. Jayhawks had a good drive inside Indianola territory, but a couple of negative plays and a penalty led to a blocked field goal. Coming out of the McCoy True Value timeout, it's 2nd down and 10. Same formation for Indianola, except it's Graham and Amos off to the left. Brick in the shotgun with Westcott next to him. Josiah Green at H-back onto the right side from the right hash mark. Brick, quarterback keeper, right side. Westcott with a huge block at the 5. Brick catapulted up to the 2-yard line for a gain of 9, and it's 3rd down and short.
Wow, catapult is the right descriptor right there, man. He just went airborne right there, and Asher Brick just showing some toughness on this drive.
Credit Draven Westcott with a pancake block on that one. He absolutely opened up a huge hole for Asher Brick, and a touchdown-saving tackle by the Jayhawks. It's 3rd down and 1. Indianola with a 1-yard gain can get a fresh set of downs here at the Urbandale 2-yard line. 5:07 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola bringing in the big guys. Brick at quarterback along with Gabby King. Westcott, handoff, right side, pushes forward. He at least has the first down. Does he have more towards the end zone? No, but he should get a gain of 1 up to the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Indianola.
Yeah, he got, well, clearly the most important part was to get a touchdown, but the secondary prize was getting that first down. They have 4 more shots to get this thing in.
I don't know if I changed too much for Indianola. Westcott got the 1-yard gain. And Indianola 1st and goal at the 1, 4:48 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola, Urbandale, scoreless. Week 9 of the regular season. For Indianola, it's win and in for the first score of the game. King, Green, flanking Brick in the shotgun. Westcott behind him. 1 wide receiver. Westcott, handoff, pushes forward. He's hit from behind. Does he get in? He crosses the plane. Touchdown, Indianola. Draven Westcott gets in for the first score, and it's 6-0 Indianola with 4:27 to go, quarter number 2.
Great job there by the Indianola offense. The running game just doing all the work. Draven Westcott got across there. He took a hit, though. The ball popped loose, but it had already crossed the plane of the goal line, and so that's 6 points for Indianola.
So Indianola trying for the extra point. Again, yeah, Westcott lost the ball, but it was well after he crossed the plane. Ruiz is on for the extra point. So Ruiz is active here today with 4:27 remaining, quarter number 2. And the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good. Ruiz's kick through the uprights and in. Indianola leads 7-0, 4:27 to go, quarter number 2. Indians kicking off. Back after this inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA, ICSD Athletics YouTube.
If you're like a lot of local businesses, you know it's important to have a presence on social media, but you don't have time to put any real thought into it or actually post regularly. At KNIA KRLS, we offer social media management through our Iowa Digital Connect division. You'll have a dedicated strategist who will come up with content ideas based on your goals and objectives and then make the posts for you on a consistent basis. If you have a sales representative that you already work with, just ask them about our social media management options or reach out to us online at iowadigitalconnect.com.
Hi, this is Isaiah at Keller's Garage in Indianola. Cold weather is right around the corner, and we're here to help. We'll get your vehicle ready for the cold months ahead by making sure your heater is performing at its best. We'll also check the tread on your tires to make sure you are not slipping and sliding on snow and ice-covered roads. Make sure you're prepared this fall, and simply take it to Keller's.
Hi, this is Chad Keller with Keller's Garage in Indianola, Iowa. I'd like to take time to thank everyone that trusts us to work on their vehicles, and for simply taking it to Keller's.
Indianola kicking off. We welcome you back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Recovered by Urbandale at the 20 and then wrapped up and taken down at the 29-yard line. A late flag, multiple late flags coming out. I think a late hit coming. And by the way Indianola reacted, this one could be on the Jayhawks here with 4:21 remaining, quarter number 2. Indianola leading 7-0. I'm Andrew Swadner. He's Chief Rob Hawkins. We'll wait and see what the call is here, Rob, but just what the doctor ordered for Indianola on that last touchdown drive.
Absolutely. Indianola just, they round the clock out a little bit. They just kind of exerted their will up front and really kind of pushed Urbandale back on their heels, and Urbandale just didn't have an answer on that last drive.
So a personal foul on Urbandale will march them back. It was at the 28-yard line, so it'll be deep inside their own territory. Should be at the 14, half the distance to the goal, within the 30 on a 15-yard penalty. So the Jayhawks take over at their own 14, Indianola leading 7-0. Indianola has forced a punt, have gotten an interception, and have blocked a field goal so far against the Jayhawks, and we're with 4:21 remaining before halftime.
Yeah, they've done a nice job tonight. And this is another big drive here. They need another stop.
4 wide receivers set up for the Jayhawks. Rinnan fakes the handoff. They try a reverse, but Indianola is not fooled. A delayed handoff to Jaire Gay, and it will be a nice job by tackling in for Indianola by a host of Indians. Gets up to the 15 for a gain of 1.
Yeah, Aiden Curtis led that charge. Riley LaFrance was in there, so they were just all over that. And if they weren't going to make that tackle, a host of other Indians were.
Under 4 minutes to go, quarter number 2. Indianola leading 7-0. We'll have a full IMU Fiber Instant Radio update, followed by a State Farm Agent Chad Keel radio scoreboard as soon as we get a moment. 5 wide receivers set up. Rinnan alone in the shotgun for Urbandale. Receiver, jet sweep, right side, has blockers out in front. Gets away from 1, gets away from 2, enough for a first down across the 25. And a handoff gets all the way up to the 30-yard line, and a big play for Urbandale and a gain of 16.
Yeah, that was just a nice run there. And Indianola secondary having to come in and make that tackle. Anytime your secondary guys are having to make the tackle on the running play, you know they got some yards.
Dominic Cabildo in on the carry up to the 30-yard line, for a gain of 16. And 3:34 remaining in the first half. Indianola leading Urbandale 7-0. First and 10 Jayhawks, however, at their own 29. Play clock winding down to 7. And Urbandale ready to go. Well, they reset it up to 40, so some issues here, but Rinnan gets the snap. Handoff right side across the 30. Urbandale across the 35, staying on his feet, and just an ankle tackle made by Gabby King, but another gain of 12 on the ground, call it 13, and Urbandale moves the chains again with 3:26 to go, quarter number 2.
Yeah, they're just kind of slicing and dicing right now. 2 big plays in a row, and all of a sudden they're up to midfield almost.
3:20 remaining, quarter number 2. Urbandale with chunk yardage on their last 2 plays on the ground. First and 10 at their own 42-yard line, moving from right to left. Rinnan in the shotgun. On the ground again. Jaire Gay goes right side. This time Indianola much better pursuit on the far side. And that looks like, I believe, Meyer in on the tackle. And it will be just a gain of about 2 yards up to the 45-yard line. Call it 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Indianola did a nice job there. They weren't fooled by the fake there. Rinnan faked like he was going to keep it and bootleg out to the left. And it was actually a nice-looking fake, but Indianola didn't bite.
5 wide receivers set up for the Jayhawks again. 2nd and 7 from their own 45-yard line. 3:04 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola leading 7-0. Rinnan designed to run up the middle. He's wrapped up, pushes forward. His big body gets to midfield for a gain of about 5, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 after a 5-yard gain by Landon Rinnan.
Rinnan, nice job. Riley LaFrance in on the stop, but man, when Rinnan's going forward, his body's so big it looks like he gets 3 yards just by the length of his body.
He was hit and wrapped up, but then just kind of fell forward, and the big guy at quarterback for Urbandale. A 3rd down and 2 right at midfield for Urbandale. 2:30 remaining, quarter number 2. Indianola leading 7-0, but the Jayhawks trying to score before halftime. Rinnan gets the snap. Handoff up the middle, blown up in the backfield and taken down. Aiden Curtis, Guy Berryhill et al. And the Indianola defensive line blows it up for a loss of 4 back to the 46-yard line. They give him forward progress to the 47, but 3rd and 2 turns into 4th and 5.
Well, when they grade your broadcast after the game, they're going to give you points for citing properly. APA.
My wife's a lawyer. I learned a lot of smart things just by listening to her talk. So
okay, I hope she's listening. I hope she's listening.
1:47 to go in the first half. If Indianola, this is where not having a timeout hurts them. Urbandale could be punting, but they're going to take some time off the clock before they make a decision. 2 seconds on the play clock, and we're going to get a McCoy True Value timeout called by Urbandale. So both teams down to 1 McCoy True Value timeout. Here's the situation. Urbandale 4th down and 5 from their own 47. They need the Indianola 48.
Yeah, this feels like an urgent situation to me. And
I think it has to be a punt, right? It's a 7-point game.
I think it's a mistake for Urbandale. You don't want to give Indianola a short field, even with just the minute or so that's left for them to do something with, because then all of a sudden you could go down in the locker room down 14.
And Indianola gets the ball to start the second half. This could be a game that turns into a blowout quickly if you're Urbandale, or do you take the minute and a half to try and get a stop? And Indianola did a lot of damage on the ground that last drive, which they won't be able to do. So an IMU Fiber Instant Radio update. Indianola leading 7-0. Nevada leads Knoxville 15-0. Newton leading 14-0 over Marion. Waukee Northwest scores another touchdown. They lead Norwalk 21-7 late in the second quarter. So the Jayhawks set up to punt, and I believe, I don't know if head coach Eric Kluver called his final. He did. He had to call his final McCoy True Value timeout. Rob, I don't know if he just didn't like the personnel or not, but he'll call a McCoy True Value timeout. I don't know if they saw something on film or if Urbandale just had a change of personnel, and a lot of guys for Indianola tried running out onto the field, and Coach Kluver just said, no, we're just going to take the timeout.
Yeah, again, this is still a critical situation. You don't want to set yourself up for a potential, they see something and they go for a fake punt and get a big chunk yardage and put themselves in a position to score points. Because the last thing you want to do if you're Indianola is go into that locker room tied 7-7. So you can't afford to make a mistake. Probably a smart decision down there to take that final timeout.
A Draven Westcott 1-yard run is our only score in the game. Urbandale with a 4th down and 5 at their own 47. The punt unit is on. Gordon back to receive for Indianola. He let the first punt on a low snap or a fumbled snap go, and it bounced all the way back to the 15-yard line. Indianola in very safe right now. They don't look to be bringing really any pressure, and it is nearly a rugby-style punt. Wilbur almost got it, and it'll bounce at the 30-yard line, taking some time off the clock. I think Wilbur maybe had the block on that one, Rob, but he was afraid of hitting the punter, and no sense in having a penalty on an awkward punt, and Indianola takes over on their own 32-yard line with 1:24 remaining in the first half, leading 7-0.
Yeah, man, that was really close. That was really close to either a block or, I mean, he was almost so close to him. I didn't know if he was even going to get the kick off.
You're listening to the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network. Heinz Mechanical, your premier Lennox dealer in Warren County. Service done right. 1:24 to go, quarter number 2. Indianola leading 7-0. They're going to try and run a 1:24 drill to double their lead, or at least get some more points on the board. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Brick in at quarterback. Double wide receivers left, one to his right. Green in the backfield with him. Going in motion from left to right. They fake the pitch. Brick takes a shot deep down the field. He has Martinez, but he overthrows him, incomplete. And it's 2nd down and 10. Good play design had Martinez, but just a little too much zip on it from Asher Brick.
Yeah, Martinez had a step on the cornerback. He did have the free safety came over to try to help out, so it ended up looking like double coverage. But, man, if that ball's on the money, that's either a touchdown or at least a big gain.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 1:18. If you're Indianola, Urbandale with 1 timeout, if this isn't a chunk play, then you start thinking about trying to take some time off the clock at the very least. So double wide receivers left, one to the right. 2nd down and 10. Amos goes in motion from left to right. Brick rolls out to his right, looks down the field, throws, caught. Gordon at the 40, gets away from 1, gets away from 2, up to the 47-yard line. And a gain of 18, or we'll call it 16 on the play. 1:09 remaining. They're going to quickly spot the ball to Gordon. Double wide receivers left. Clock will run now. 1st and 10, Indianola at their own 48-yard line, leading 7-0. Double wide receivers left, one to the right. Brick drops back to pass. Runs off to the right. He's going to try and run out of bounds, and he doesn't gain much at all. Nice job by Rinnan, who runs out Brick out of bounds with 56.6 seconds remaining, and a gain of 1 by Brick on the ground.
Yeah, and Rinnan just did a nice job forcing him out, and Asher actually did a nice job too. He saw that there was nothing doing, and so he just got out of bounds and didn't make a mistake.
And that's the big thing, is getting out of bounds. If he gets tackled there, it's almost just worth giving up the drive, because it's another 15, 20 seconds, but you get out of bounds, and it's new life on 2nd and 10 from their own 49-yard line now. Trips wide receivers off to the left for Asher Brick. Green in the backfield with him. Now going in motion from left to right is Gordon. Brick drops back to pass. Looks down the field, has a step. Gordon deep down the field, just out of his outstretched hands. Had him and had the step, but Brick just overthrows Luke Gordon for what would have been a big gain, and it's 3rd and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. That was so close. I mean, just a nice thrown ball, and Gordon just not quite there. And man, that's two shots here on this drive, and I like the aggressiveness here, and it's dang, really close.
And 2 throws that only his wide receivers could get to, not just shots that were 50-50 balls thrown up. Brick in the shotgun, double wide receivers left and right, 3rd and 10 from their own 48. Brick drops back to pass, quick pass over Jacob Graham. He's got some room to the middle of the field to the 45, pushes forward to the 41. That's enough for a first down. Clock will temporarily stop at 42.7 seconds left, half number 1. Indianola leading 7-0. Graham with an 11-yard catch on 3rd and Graham. Double wide receivers left and right. Clock runs. 40 seconds to go. Brick drops back to pass. Has a clean pocket. He takes a shot. Down the field has Martinez, but he overthrows him again with 33.3 seconds remaining. And Brick doing a nice job making sure that the defenders have no chance at it, but he's overthrown his guys a couple of times on this drive.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he's had a layoff. I mean, to expect him to be making those touch throws deep in a 2-minute drill in a big game like this might be too much to ask, but like you said, he's at least making sure that Urbandale's not going to catch those footballs either.
2nd down and 10 from the Urbandale 41-yard line. Indianola with no McCoy True Value timeouts remaining, 33.3 seconds remaining. Trips receivers to the left, one to the right. Finds Graham on the slant, takes a big hit, but he stays on his feet across the 30 to the 29-yard line. Clock will stop at 27.3 seconds remaining, gain of 12 on 2nd down and 10. They're going to spot the ball. Clock runs. 25 seconds to go in the half. Brick will spike it with 23 seconds remaining.
That wasn't just a
That
clock.
was emphatic.
That was that was a large exclamation point.
He tried to hurt the turf on that one, it looked like. 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Indianola leading Urbandale 7-0. At the Urbandale 29-yard line.
I'm pretty sure that hash mark wants to file a police report for assault.
Well, he knows exactly who to go to up here. Brick slams the ball into the ground to stop the clock with 23 seconds remaining. Trips receivers left, one to the right. Indianola leading 7-0. Brick looks, slant, caught up the middle. No, in and out of the hands of Parker Amos. And it wouldn't have gone for much. And in fact, with 19 seconds remaining, if he stopped before the first down marker, depending on how this drive is, could be a blessing in disguise, but it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, that was going to be really close to a first down yardage pickup there, so, you know, can't look back, but that was actually a really nice play design right there. Parker Amos just streaking across the middle there, and that was a really nice ball.
Credit the Indianola offensive line. Brick has not been pressured at all this entire drive. 3rd down and 10 from the Urbandale 29-yard line. 19 seconds to go in the half. Brick drops back to pass. Has a clean pocket. Now rolls out, fires across the middle. Caught. That is Max Martinez to the 23-yard line. A gain of 6, so it'll be 4th down. And Indianola's going to, I believe, send on the field goal unit probably.
Yeah, no, it's a great opportunity to get some points here, and if they do pick up 3 points, I mean, masterclass again. Nice 2-minute drive and great clock management. Asher Brick doing a phenomenal job managing the clock. Give a lot of credit to the coaching staff.
40-yard field goal for Kean Ruiz. From the 30, good snap, good hold. Ruiz has the kick, and it does not have enough mustard. It's going to be returned Urbandale in the end zone. Can't do that in high school, at least.
Yeah.
7.6 seconds remaining in the half. Ruiz did not get enough mustard on a 40-yard field goal attempt. With 7.6 seconds remaining, Urbandale with 1 McCoy True Value timeout taken. So it'll be Urbandale ball at the 20. 7.6 seconds remaining in the first half. Indianola will get the ball to start quarter number 3, but just the one score this entire first half.
You know, even though with that missed field goal, I really like what Indianola did on that drive. They really made a lot of use of the time that they had. You know, just came up short on the field goal.
Wouldn't be surprised if Urbandale maybe tries to get the ball to one of their guys in space, but probably not going to be a chance for much of turnovers here. Yeah, they're just going to hand the ball off to Jaire Gay. He gets across the right side, walled up, stays on his feet across the 25-yard line, pushed out of bounds with 0.2 seconds remaining in the half after a gain of about 11 on the ground up to the 31. So one more play before we call this game at halftime.
You know, obviously Indianola has to just kind of be in that prevent style defense, just make sure you keep everything in front of you and finish up the half and get in there leading 7-0, getting the ball back to start the second half.
0.2 seconds remaining in half number one. Indianola leading 7-0. Rennan in the shotgun. Indianola defense not allowing anyone behind him. One receiver left and right. And we're going to get not quite halftime yet. Can't take them with you.
Yeah, that's true.
Urbandale calls their final McCoy True Value timeout with 0.2 seconds remaining in quarter number two.
I feel like we have been in this last 2 minutes for about 25 minutes.
It's like an NBA game out here. What a drive, though. Indianola's shown they can do that a lot this season here, Rob. We saw it against Newton with Bo Blake with that 2-minute drill drive. They've just been able to execute that, and there's something different when you have to play with that type of urgency, and it's really not sustainable, you know, with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter to play like that because you get exhausted, you turn the ball over, but in the 2-minute drill, Indianola has shown that they can make smart decisions in those areas. It came away with 0 points, but overall good-looking drive.
Yeah, and at the high school level, that's actually extra impressive just because of the physical and mental demand that running that 2-minute offense takes.
All right, 0.2 seconds remaining. Indianola playing prevent, and we're out of the McCoy True Value timeout. Halftime will go inside the numbers, presented by Fellows and Blake Financial. Rennan will play action, looking down the field, rolls to his right, takes a shot down the field, and incomplete. And that'll do it for half number one. Indianola 7, Urbandale 0. Back after this for halftime coverage, live on 94.3 KNIA, ICSD Athletics YouTube.
Here are some of this week's deals at the Indianola Hy-Vee. Mars and Wrigley Halloween candy, $8.99. Coca-Cola products, $3.99 each with a purchase of 3. Dole raspberries or blackberries, $2.49, and Hy-Vee peanut butter, $2.49. Get these deals and a lot more this week at the Indianola Hy-Vee.
Is your roof ready for the next big storm? Don't wait until it's too late. At House Roofing, they do more than just roofs. They're your one-stop shop for roofing, siding, windows, and gutters. Whether it's repairs, replacements, or brand new installs, they've got you covered, literally. Call House Roofing today for a free estimate and experience craftsmanship you can trust. Call 515-961-7180 or visit houseroofing.com. That's HAUS roofing.com. House Roofing, your trusted neighbor.
For great deals on Monster Energy drinks, seltzer waters, and much more, head to your local Jiffy Express and Indy 66 convenience stores. With 3 locations in Indianola and 1 in Martinsdale, Jiffy Express and Indy 66 stores are your best stop to make on the go. Get Monster Energy drinks 3 for $5 and 4 packs of seltzer water for just $8.99. Godfather's Pizza Express is available in Martinsdale as well as 2 Indianola locations. All 3 Indianola stores open 24 hours.
When it comes to insurance, it seems like the options are never-ending and sometimes confusing. That's why I rely on the experts that have been doing this way before my time. Weinman Insurance in Indianola.
Hi, this is Denise with the Wyman Insurance team in Indianola. Wyman Insurance has been providing protection to customers for over 125 years. We work with companies such as Nationwide. Whether it be personal or business, contact us today for an insurance comparison or visit us at wymaninsurance.com. That's WEINMAN insurance.com.
Choose Joe Lito and Matt Reed with the Consiglio Group through Country Financial in Indianola, Urbandale, and Ames, where they make insurance easy. Whether you're shopping for home, car, or more, they take the time to understand your specific insurance needs and explain what options work best for you. Call Joe and Matt at 515-961-2351 to get a quote today. Auto and home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual, Country Preferred, and Country Casualty Insurance Company in Bloomington, Illinois.
Accidents can happen every day and to anyone, from first-time drivers to drivers who have spent their life on the road. Don't let an accident ruin your day. Smith's Collision Center in Indianola is prepared to help you whenever an accident may occur and is ready to get you back on the road in no time. If you have been in an accident and need your vehicle repaired, take it to Smith's Collision Center, located at 710 East 2nd Avenue in Indianola, and let Jeff and his crew do it right for you. Smith's Collision Center, a proud supporter of Indianola High School athletics.
Post-game or halftime coverage, Indianola leading 7-0 over Urbandale. I'm Andrew Swadner. He's Rob Hawkins. Indianola with a 1-yard rush by Draven Westcott in the second quarter, the only score of the game. But Rob, back and forth we go. It feels like Indianola's in control. Their defense has stopped a lot of what Urbandale's tried to do, but Urbandale with gains of 50-plus yards, 23 yards on rushes on the ground. Their passing game hasn't amounted to much. But gains on the ground by Jaire Gay and Landon Rinnan, as well as a couple jet sweeps, gives Indianola's defense some pause.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Indianola is doing everything that they have asked for from their defense tonight. I mean, you've talked about, starting off with the Gabby King interception to start the game and forcing Urbandale into a punt situation, blocking a field goal, forcing Urbandale to go into another punt situation, and then the end of the half. Indianola's defense has answered the call, and if they can do that for another 2 quarters, they're playoff bound.
All right, that is our only score of the day. We'll go inside the numbers presented by Fellows and Blake Financial here in just a bit. But I do want to mention our fan of the game presented by Downey Tire Pros. Our fan of the game is Tanya Anderson. Tanya is our fan of the game. So if you'd like to be our fan of the game, stop by Downey Tire Pros to register and win a $50 gift certificate. Listen into our next Indianola football broadcast to see if you're our fan of the game. Hopefully we get one more for Indianola, presented by locally owned Downey Tire Pros, your home for hassle-free service in Indianola. Take another short time out. Pride of Indianola Marching Band with their great costumes out onto the field right now. We'll be back after this for halftime coverage live on KNIA ICSD Athletics. Indianola leading Urbandale 7-0.
For great deals on Monster Energy drinks, seltzer waters, and much more, head to your local Jiffy Express and Indy 66 convenience stores. With 3 locations in Indianola and 1 in Martinsdale, Jiffy Express and Indy 66 stores are your best stop to make on the go. Get Monster Energy drinks 3 for $5 and 4 packs of seltzer water for just $8.99. Godfather's Pizza Express is available in Martinsdale as well as 2 Indianola locations. All 3 Indianola stores open 24 hours.
If you were told that now is the best time to purchase a new home heating and cooling system, you might ask why. On December 31st, 2025, all federal tax incentives for new efficient home heating and cooling systems will end. Buying and installing a new Lennox home comfort system from Heinz Mechanical now saves you thousands of dollars in tax incentives on rebates from Lennox. When you buy from Heinz Mechanical, your total satisfaction is guaranteed, period. Contact Heinz Mechanical today at HeinzMechanical.com for a free no-obligation quote and see how much you'll save by purchasing a new Lennox home comfort system.
And here is the Pride of Indianola Marching Band here at Indianola Stadium and on KNIA ICSD Athletics. That was the Pride of Indianola Marching Band with their theme of time. Excuse me. I'm Andrew Swadner. He's Chief Rob Hawkins. Great solos. There was a sandwich solo on the trombone. Drum major Jackson Kinman, I believe, had a solo. I was like, who is the drum major in the blonde hair? I thought Kaylee Baker, drum major, was a brunette. It was Jackson Kinman in a blonde wig. So I believe that was him. But either way, great job by the Pride of Indianola Marching Band. They had their final competition, received the Division I rating at Waukee, so wanted to make sure they got on the air, take a short timeout. Second half adjustments as well as inside the numbers after this. Indianola football leading Urbandale 7-0.
Drive into fall event now at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. For limited time, get up to 25% off a new Ram 1500 or 0% for 72 months. That's right, 25% off new Rams. And all month, save big on new Jeeps. Get a new 2025 Grand Cherokee with up to $10,000 off. And save up to $6,000 on a new Wrangler. And up to $5,000 off a new Jeep Compass. All at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Here are some of this week's deals at the Indianola Hy-Vee. Mars and Wrigley Halloween candy, $8.99. Coca-Cola products, $3.99 each with a purchase of 3. Dole raspberries or blackberries, $2.49, and Hy-Vee peanut butter, $2.49. Get these deals and a lot more this week at the Indianola Hy-Vee.
Hi, I'm Carrie Blake with Fellows and Blake Financial. We help individuals, families, and businesses, both big and small, in 3 specific areas. The first is tax saving strategies. One of the best rates of return is saving on taxes. We also build comprehensive financial plans using our patented financial planning software. This allows our clients to live their best lives today while planning and preparing for the future. The final piece is estate preparation and estate protection. If you need some financial guidance or would like a second look at your plan, reach out to Stacy to schedule your free consultation.
If you are looking for a store that sells everything from blinds and countertops to furniture and flooring, Phillips Floors is not your store. However, if you are looking for a flooring specialty store that is committed to professional excellence in all facets of flooring, check out Phillips Floors in Indianola. They are committed to providing quality flooring and installation that's the right fit for your home or office and will last for years to come. Visit their brand new showroom and facility at 1605 North 9th Street or check them out at phillipsfloors.com. Phillips Floors, we do flooring.
Back at halftime coverage live on KNIA. Indianola football leading Urbandale 7-0. Let's go inside the numbers. Presented by Fellows and Blake Financial. Normally Mr. Rick Wilson takes it away at this point, but I'll do my best to give us some Minnesota math up here. For Indianola, Asher Brick is our leading rusher. He has 8 carries for 59 yards with a long of 21 on the day. Draven Westcott, 4 carries, 7 yards, 1 touchdown for the Indianola senior linebacker and running back. Josiah Green, 7 carries, 31 yards, averaging over 4 yards a carry. Asher Brick throwing is 8 of 15 for 75 yards. A lot of those incompletions coming on that final drive and the spike as well, and then overthrowing some wide receivers. I don't know if a spike does it justice. Asher Brick tried to move the earth on that one, stopping the clock. Parker Amos for Indianola, 3 catches, 21 yards. Our leading receiver, Jacob Graham, 3 catches, 33 yards. 2 of those coming on that final drive for Indianola. Max Martinez, 1 catch for 6. Luke Gordon, 1 for 16. Josiah Green, 1 for 4. And Brick, 1 catch for 6 yards. Gay is the leading receiver for Urbandale. He has 8 carries. I have him for 75 yards on the day. Probably some missed Minnesota math on that one. But Landon Rinnan as well. He has 5 carries on the day. I have him for 24 yards. And if you're Indianola, you're feeling pretty good about that one as well, just because he's such a threat through the air and on the ground. And passing wise, he has an interception on the day. He is 3 of 7 for 11 yards through the air for Urbandale right now, with an interception and then just completions of 5, 10, and -4. And I'm sure I missed some in there just because trying to keep stats. I'm no Rick Wilson, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer and I'm not. That's our Inside the Numbers, presented by Fellows and Blake Financial. Call on the experts at Fellows and Blake to make the most out of your financial numbers. You can rest easy knowing that they will help you achieve your dreams and perpetuate your legacy. Let's take a look at our State Farm agent Chad Keel radio scoreboard, and there are some lopsided scores, to say the least. Poor Knoxville
just having it taken to them against Nevada. They trail 57-0, 2 seconds into the second quarter.
Oh, man. I just speechless.
So our poor Panthers over on our sister station, 95.3 KNIA. Clarinda leads Pella Christian 21-7. So the Eagles getting back into it on an 80-yard touchdown run on the first play of the second half. They trailed 21-0 at the break. Newton also giving it to Marion. They lead 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. Pella with a 7-0 lead over Grinnell. That one's almost at halftime. So the Grinnell Tigers really limiting the Pella Dutch, who need a win just for playoff seeding at this point for the Dutch and RPI. And then Pleasantville tied with Durant 14-all. That is a playoff game for our Trojans on that one. And Waukee Northwest leads Norwalk 28-7 at halftime. Norwalk getting the first score in that game, but Waukee Northwest scoring 4 touchdowns unanswered.
Yeah, no, just quite the interesting scoreboard update there. And, you know, we've got us a barn burner here. And, you know, I was just thinking that our sister station over there in Knoxville, you know, sometimes, you know, how on national broadcasts they'll kick the game over to a more entertaining game. I think Knoxville should consider
We
it.
do that after the broadcast is over, so with some running clock, they might be catching up to us on a 7:30 start. So we are very pro Knoxville on our broadcast here. I lived in Knoxville for many years. My first job coming out of college in radio was obviously for KNIA KRLS. Lived in Knoxville as the overnight announcer. So I have a lot of close connections in Knoxville, but can't be a fun night over at Randy Wilson Track.
No, you know, and that's just tough for everyone, especially the athletes. I mean, you know, it's tough when you're down that much. So hearts go out to them for that.
All right, that is our halftime coverage. Urbandale kicking off for the first time today.
To the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network. Heinz Mechanical, your premier Lennox dealer in Warren County, service done right.
Urbandale in their white road jerseys from their own 40-yard line, kicking from right to left. We're inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on AM 1320, FM 94.3 KNIA, Knoxville, Indianola, as well as ICSD Activities YouTube. He's Chief Rob Hawkins. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola set to receive the kick. Urbandale will try an onside, and it won't. Indianola can pick it up and get good field position here. I believe it was touched by Urbandale first, however, Rob, and an onside kick does not go the favor of the Jayhawks, and Indianola is going to get great field position at the Urbandale 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a not well executed onside kick, and for Indianola, it already flips the field and gives them a nice short field to start the second half. Now it's time to take advantage of that.
I think if you're Indianola, there has to be some sort of score and momentum gain here. Don't let this Urbandale team, which has shown they have plenty of big plays, hang around. It's time to take a 2-score lead for Indianola. One receiver left and right, Asher Brick in at quarterback. He's got Josiah Green into the game at running back. Green, handoff, right side, pushes forward. Big hit absorbed at the 41-yard line. Nice tackle by Gabe Blanchin for Urbandale, and just a 2-yard gain for Josiah Green. Makes it 2nd and 8, 11:44 to go. Quarter number 3, Indianola leading 7-0.
And it looked like the handoff did not get cleanly into Green's arms there, and he had to readjust. And so Indianola fortunate that, you know, they were able to pick up positive yards and maintain the ball.
Under 11.5 to go, quarter number 3, first possession of the third quarter. A failed onside kick by Urbandale gets Indianola in plus territory. 2nd down and 8, double wide receivers to the right. Tight end on the left side, Eli Cox. Designed run, Asher Brick blown up in the backfield by Urbandale. No chance for Asher to go anywhere. Nice tackle coming in. I believe 55 of Urbandale, Nathan Jones on defensive line for a loss of 1.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of a high snap there too, and it just, that half a second that it took for Asher to catch the high snap, pull it down, and then go on to the designed run, that half second was the difference between maybe a play and then getting closed up like it did.
And where we're at, Indianola potentially in 4-down territory, so as long as it's not 4th and long, they can be deep inside Urbandale territory enough. Trips, wide receivers off to the right, one to the left. They try to set up a screen, but it's blown up quickly. It's caught to Westcott. He's going to get nowhere, and Asher Brick, just too much pressure. If you're those offensive linemen, they have to stop him for just that half second, and Asher just was scrambling for his life. It does get up to the 39-yard line, which might be enough for a gain of 3 through the air.
Yeah, the whole first half, the Indianola offensive line did a real nice job. We actually talked about how much time Asher Brick had in the pocket, how he wasn't getting any pressure, and on this drive, he's feeling it.
All right, Indianola going for it on 4th and 6, but we might see an Asher Brick punt, and that's exactly what we're going to get. Westcott will come in to help block. Urbandale will not have a returner back. Snap to Brick, punt, nice, high, end over end, bounces, and it goes near the sideline. Wow, what a beautiful Indianola bounce, and they'll down it at the 1-yard line. What a punt by Asher Brick, and the Indianola offense, with no Urbandale returner, they get a big bounce of luck their way. That one was headed right to the sideline. It just went right down the sideline all the way to the 1.
Yeah, that thing just kind of danced along the sideline there and then just kind of just rolled end over end. And without that kick returner back there, Indianola gets a nice job there.
So 99 yards to go for Urbandale. Landon Rennan will be under center. The Jayhawks just trying to give themselves some room. They're going to quarterback sneak it, and the big body of Rennan will get all the way up to the 3-yard line. And a gain of 2 on 1st and 10 from the 1.
Yeah, when you're in the shadow of your own goal line, the last thing you want to do is be in that shotgun and have a bad snap and end up giving up 2 points.
They mark him down at the 2, so it's just a gain of 1 on the rush. It's 2nd down and 9, 9:52 and counting to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leading Urbandale 7-0. Urbandale 2nd and 9 from their own 2-yard line after a beautiful punt by Asher Brick. Now Rennan in the shotgun. He's got double wide receivers left. Quarterback sneak right side. He's hit back at the 1, but he does get forward progress up to the 1. The official immediately came out and said down at the 1-yard line, so it's a loss of 1 and it's 3rd and 10.
Wow, great coverage there by Indianola. They were just on that, and man, they are doing a fantastic job picking up right where they left off.
Aiden Curtis trying to get this Indianola fan base in it. It is 3rd and 10 from their own 1-yard line, 9:10 to go, quarter number 3. Urbandale with 20 on the play clock. Now it's jumping down, but plenty of time. But they don't look to be in much of a rush. 10 now on the play clock. Urbandale gets set. Rennan in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Stopped at the 2. And pushed backwards. Forward progress will make it just a gain of 1, but tackled way deep into the end zone. And the Indianola defense holds firm. And the Indianola offense, after that great punt, should have more great field position to start this second half.
And this is still not an ideal situation for Urbandale because they still have to punt the football, and they're going to have to do it from their own end zone. So
and I think Indianola is sending the house.
Absolutely. And regardless, you're probably going to get a nice short field here regardless of the outcome. But great 3-and-out series for Indianola to start. And that defense is doing exactly what they needed to do.
Leave Dang out to punt for Urbandale. Indianola doesn't take any risks. It'll be returned by Gordon at his 33. Gets a block up to the 25-yard line, pushed backwards, but it should be forward progress to the 25-yard line, and Indianola has just a quarter of the field to go. 7:58 remaining, quarter number 2. They need 25 yards for a touchdown to go up by 2 scores.
Yeah, and Indianola has to put points up on the board here. This is like a gift. So, the Asher Brick punt put them in this position. Defense came out and did their job, and now it's time for the offense to go ahead and reap the benefits.
So their last drive stalled out, but a beautiful punt by Asher Brick down at the 1-yard line. And the Indianola defense holds firm. The Indianola offense at the Urbandale 25, moving from left to right. Brick has Josiah Green in the backfield with him. Graham to the right, Amos to the left. Handoff, Green tries the left side, has some room across the 20-yard line to the 17 for a gain of 8. maybe 9 if they give them all the way. No, gain of 8 on the ground by Josiah Green.
Green did a nice job there following his blockers, able to get through the gap there and then picked up a nice 8-yard run there.
We're inside the State Farm agent Chad Keel red zone. 7:30 to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leading Urbandale 7-0, second and 2 at the Urbandale 17-yard line. This drive started at the 25 after a 24-yard Urbandale punt. Double receivers right. Amos goes in motion from right to left. Brick in the pistol. Handoff, Green hit in the backfield. He's trying to stay on his feet. Does he push forward? And I think he got to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Good tackle coming in, and a name we've said many times so far, Gabe Blanchin, helps bring Green down at the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and 2.
Not hard to see why he's Urbandale's leading tackler coming into the game.
3rd down and 2. Eli Cox onto the field for Indianola for Bo Spenner. Brick will go to the sideline to get the play. Plenty of time on the play clock, but the Indianola offense, they would love 7. You don't want to settle for 3 after having the drive start at the 25-yard line. This is probably 4-down territory as well. Amos goes in motion from left to right. Brick rolls out to his right. He looks towards the sideline, incomplete. Intended for Amos, and it's 4th down and 2, and I think Indianola only does that. Well, I say they only do that if they want to go for it, but it looks like they're sending on the field goal unit.
Yeah, they are sending on the field goal unit, and just unfortunate there. Then just not a great drive for Indianola, and hopefully they can go ahead and convert the field goal here.
A 34-yard field goal from Ian Ruiz. And someone moved. Urbandale might have moved, and I think Indianola is going to get a freebie.
Wow, yeah, pretty fortuitous there for Indianola, and hopefully now they can take advantage and kind of get it back together and get this thing in the end zone.
Aiden Curtis calling the penalty on the field for Indianola's defense.
And he's fired up. Check him out running off the sideline. He's fist pumping. And
whoa, they're going to say false start on Indianola. Wow, so the call goes against the Indians. Indianola's special teams can't believe it. Play clock hasn't started, and Indianola's offense is going to go back out. I think they're going to have to go for this. It's 4th down and 7 from the 22-yard line. Indianola's going for it. What a turn of events. The Indianola special teams were convinced Urbandale jumped off sides, but the referee said false start on Indianola. So the referee's right down on the field. All I saw was some movement. It's hard for me to tell up here. Double wide receivers left and right. Indianola going for it. 4th and 7. At the Urbandale 22, Brick drops back, rolls out to his right, throws across the middle, wide open in the end zone, caught! Jacob Graham, that's a raise the roof moment of the game! Brick to Graham into the end zone for 22 yards, and Indianola leads 13-0. A raise the roof moment of the game presented by House Roofing. If it's time for a new commercial or residential roof, call on the local experts at House Roofing, your trusted neighbors for quality workmanship and guaranteed satisfaction. What a play call.
Yeah, definitely, and went to 4th and Graham, but they got it done with the touchdown, and just a kind of a wild sequence there. It had the potential to be disastrous.
Extra point is up, and extra point is in. Mr. Rick Wilson's walking it out over on Simpson College campus. 6:15 to go in the 3rd. Indianola leading 14-0. Back inside the Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this.
Is Fire Prevention Month, and McCoy True Value in Indianola has the products you need to keep your home safe. Hillman Fire Blankets are now available at McCoy True Value for only $12.99. The fall season is also a great time to update the batteries for your smoke and radon alarms and change the furnace filters. Head to McCoy's today for a price reduction on Filtrate and Best Air filters.
Looking to lease your next home in Central Iowa? Kading Properties delivers maintenance-free, stress-free living in communities with conveniences. Kading Properties' pet-friendly communities cater to everyone, from young professionals to families and downsizers. Leasable townhomes offer private front door and attached garage conveniently located in Knoxville, Pella, Newton, Indianola, Pleasant Hill, Bondurant, and more. It's a perfect blend of comfort and convenience. Visit kadingproperties.com to view available townhomes near you. Kading Properties, the perfect fit for your lifestyle.
You're listening to the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network. Heinz Mechanical, your premier Lennox dealer in Warren County, service done right.
Indianola kicking off to Urbandale, bounces at the 22-yard line on a short kick. Gordon comes in and blows it up after the return gets up to the 24, but it's a 22-yard catch in the end zone for Jacob Graham. And Indianola leads 14-0. We're inside the Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth.
There had to be a breakdown in the Urbandale secondary because Jacob Graham could not have been more wide open. It was like he was out on Love Island by himself.
Not where you want to be. 6:11 to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leading 14, 6:11 remaining. And Urbandale trying to get back in it. Clarinda leading Pella Christian 24-7. IMU Fiber Instant Radio Update. Trips, receivers to the right, 2 to the left for Urbandale. Rinnan alone in the shotgun. Designed run up the middle. Has some room, but he's wrapped up good. Ankle tackle coming through. Gabby King in on the tackle, but Rinnan gets up to the 29-yard line for a gain of 5. Sets up 2nd and 5, under 6 to go in the third quarter.
Man, the Indianola linebacking core just having a fantastic night. They are just doing exactly what we talked about in the pregame, keeping Rinnan in between those tackles and just not letting him get out in space.
Trips wide receivers off to the right, 1 to the left. Running back in the backfield along with Rinnan, now going in motion further out to the right. Rinnan tries a quick pass, has receivers deep down the field. Indianola's in good coverage. High pass is going to be incomplete. Indianola was not fooled by the trick play, and another good coverage opportunity by Nick Bradley at its 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Nick Bradley was draped all over him. They really had no shot, and there's a flag, or no, I'm sorry. I thought the referee threw a flag, but he threw something to the sideline there.
I think a lot of equipment falling off at this point. So 3rd down and 5. A long 5 for Urbandale from their own 29-yard line. 5:28 remaining, quarter number 3. Indianola goes up 14-0 after a touchdown on 4th and 7. The Jayhawks in a little disarray right now. Play clock down to 6, and they're just getting set. Trips, receivers, right, 1 to the left. 2 seconds, gets the snap. Here comes the blitz. Rinnan, pocket breaking down. He's hit Aiden Curtis, and finally taken down by the Indianola defense. King gets the final stop, and Rinnan tackled back at the 26-yard line for a loss of 3, and the Jayhawks are forced to punt again.
Yeah, nice blitz call there, and Indianola just put the pressure on Rinnan. He had no chance. That play looked doomed from the start.
It was a designed rollout right, and the pocket just broke down immediately. He tried to scramble, but Curtis pushed him. King gets the stop, and Gordon back to receive another Jayhawks punt back at his own 40-yard line. 4:50 and counting to go, quarter number 3, Indianola leading 14-0. Snap is good. Punt nearly blocked. Gordon will run a long way to go get it, and fair catch called at the 47-yard line, and the Indianola offense with another short field. Rob, their worst field position on their 3rd possession of this 3rd quarter, and they're 3 yards away from midfield.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of crazy, but man, you cannot just ask the Indianola defense to do more than they are doing. They are just stepping up. Urbandale has no answer right now for Indianola's defense.
So coming up post-game, our DeArmond Ford Radio key play of the game, which right now might be the Asher Brick punt. It seems like it's completely turned this game around because it gave the Indianola offense a short field, put them down at the 1, and when you get into kind of this rut, of playing on your own side of the 50, you can't sustain drives. Indianola has to try and slam the door shut right now. 4:39 to go, quarter number 3. Asher Brick in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, rolls out towards the sideline, in and out of the hands of Josiah Green, and not a bad thing. He would have caught it behind the line of scrimmage for no gain, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and right now Indianola just needs to go ahead and try to just salt the game away here, take some time off the clock. If they can put another score on the board, they're going to make it really difficult for Urbandale to try to crawl its way back in.
IMU Fiber Instant Radio Update. Waukee Northwest now 35 unanswered against Norwalk. They lead the Warriors 35-7, 3:36 remaining in the 3rd. And Knoxville on the board with a touchdown. They trail 57-7 at halftime. Double wide receivers right and under the left for Brick. 2nd and 10. He's in the shotgun. Amos goes in motion. Brick, designed run, right side, has a kick out block, tries to cut upfield. He's got blocks as he turns upfield inside the 50 to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on the ground for Asher Brick. Good block by Bo Spenner on that one, kind of on the backside of the play.
Absolutely. Every time you run to that tight end side there, it's going to help you out. And, man, Asher Brick just doing a nice job and really turned that into 3rd and manageable.
That really is supposed to be a play to the wide side and around the corner to the sideline, but Urbandale did a great job of pursuing, but the backside blockers for Indianola created such a big hole. It's 3rd and 3 at the Urbandale 46. Double wide receivers left, none of the right for Brick. Josiah Green in the backfield with him. Brick, designed run right side. Jayhawks in pursuit. Brick hit from behind at the 45-yard line, and Urbandale was not going to let that happen to him twice in a row. Just a gain of 1 for Brick, and it's 4th down and 2, and we'll see what head coach Eric Kluver wants to do here, and I believe they're going to send on the punt unit.
Yeah. Smart decision here. Your defense is playing so well. Pin them back deep again and just let the defense
play the
do
field
their job.
position game.
Absolutely.
You can get a better drive if you get another 3 and out.
Well,
so
when your defense is playing the way Indianola is tonight, I mean, you got to roll the dice here.
3:15 remaining, quarter number 3. Indianola leading 14-0. Bo Blake on the punt for the Indians. Snap is good. Urbandale not pressuring. Blake with a nice punt. We'll see if it takes an Indianola bounce. It does, across to the 15, and more sideways than not. But we'll continue to bounce Indianola's way, and they'll get it at about the 12-yard line. So a punt of 33 yards for Bo Blake, and Indianola forces Urbandale deep inside their own territory again with 2:54 remaining in quarter number 3. Indianola leading 14-0.
So again, it's going to be interesting to see. Urbandale's been just continually trying to run the ball. They did take one deep shot on that last possession, but Urbandale's got to be thinking, hey, we got to try something different here. What we're doing is not working.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they air it out as well. They've been close on a couple times, and Indianola's had good defense. Double receivers right, 1 to the left. Urbandale, handoff, left side, blown up in the backfield. Peyton Wilbur was just waiting for it, and then it's wrapped up and taken down. In on the tackle, Jace Bates will be credited, but it's a loss of 1 back to the 11, and there's just no answer for the Urbandale offense right now.
Yeah, and again, I mean, no answer for Urbandale's offense, but I mean, I think it's just great studying for the test by the Indianola defense. They knew coming into the football game that if you stop the run, you effectively stop this offense.
Yeah, Jiray Gay was trying to get to the left side, and Peyton Wilbur just basically stopped him in his tracks, and that allowed to the rest of the Indianola defensive line to catch up to the play. 2nd and 11, high snap to Rennan. They go back, this time getting away from Wilbur, but tackled at the 11, 12-yard line, and looked like a couple backs. Waljasper coming in to try and help finish off the tackle started by Draven Westcott, but it's a gain of 1 back up to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd and 10. Handoff back to Jiray Gay again.
Waljasper just gave him kind of a little directional shove. Oh, man. And Indianola's defense still forcing Urbandale into tough now. Third and long, the obvious passing situation. Urbandale has not done well with this all night long.
3rd and 10 from their own 12-yard line. Indianola leading 14-0, 1:35 remaining in quarter number 3. Double wide receivers left and right. Indianola showing pressure. Rennan drops back, throws across the middle, and short, incomplete. Good coverage by Indianola. Receiver potentially was open, but no chance to get it anyway, and it's 4th down and 10.
Yeah, the receiver there, he also just kind of lost his footing and kind of slid down. So even if that ball had been on the money, it might have been tough for him to catch it. Another fantastic series by the Indianola defense. And I'm telling you right now, the Indianola defense they're shaping up to be my DeArmond Ford player of the game.
Hard to pick just one because it really has been a team effort here tonight, as the Hall of Famer Rick Wilson makes his way up inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth.
There he is, ladies
Low
and
snap
gentlemen.
on the punt, but Urbandale will get it off, but Indianola will let it go, and it goes out of bounds, and the Indians will get the ball in plus territory. This has been a 50-yard game for the entire 3rd quarter. We have been 3 yards deep into Indianola territory the entire 3rd quarter here, Rob.
Well, and that's why, because of what the Indianola defense is doing, they're creating this entire second half game, like you said, the 50-yard field, because of the Asher Brick punt, but then they've taken advantage of it, and they've just forced Urbandale back, and every time 3 and out.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a shot here really quick, by the way. Indianola trying to score quickly. 1:19 to go, quarter number 3. Indianola leading 14-0. First and 10 at the Urbandale 45-yard line. Bo Blake into the game at quarterback. Blake fakes the handoff to Brick. He's looking deep, but he loses the ball. It's tipped up into the air and intercepted. Just the momentum Urbandale needed. Landon Rennan gets the interception on defense. Blake just lost the ball. He tried to huck it deep to Parker Amos, who had a step, but he just lost the ball. It goes up into the air, and the Jayhawks get it back.
Yeah, arm coming forward, and the ball just looked like it slipped out of his hands there, and Rennan was the benefactor and gets the interception. And that is a break that Urbandale desperately needed, and it was one that Indianola, it definitely now puts the defense back out on the field, and again, the defense is going to be asked to get these guys 3 and out.
Not just a Hall of Famer, but a weatherman. Mr. Rick Wilson tells us it's raining out, and as I look down at my computer, it is in fact raining with water all over my laptop. First and 10, Urbandale from their own 37-yard line. Handoff, jet sweep, right side, blown up in the backfield again, and Urbandale goes for negative yards back to the 34-yard line. Aiden Curtis again helps blow it up in the backfield, along with a couple other Indians, but Max Waljasper from his safety spot, and it's a loss of 3, and it's 2nd and 13.
Great job there by the Indianola defense, and man, you just cannot say enough about their performance. They are just not allowing Urbandale to do anything. Like, you can't even pick out one good thing that Urbandale's doing on the offensive side of the ball.
I don't have the official stat keeping like Mr. Rick Wilson does, but there's a very good chance Urbandale has negative yards in this third quarter. Fakes the handoff. Rennan surveys the field, pocket, breaking down, rolls off to his left side, has a receiver, and it's incomplete. Looking for his tight end, Hudson Weber, and just a nice job by Landon Rennan to even get rid of that ball. Multiple Indians in pursuit.
Yeah, Draven Westcott was bearing down on him, and Rennan did everything he could possibly do just to get that ball and throw it out of bounds. And just another great series so far for the Indianola defense. 3rd and long here. See if they can close it back out and try to seal up that interception from earlier.
3rd and 13, 18.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Indianola leading 14-0. One receiver right, one receiver left, double running back in the backfield with Landon Rennan. It's raining at Indianola Stadium. Handoff up the middle. No, Rennan has it, takes a shot deep. Indianola all over it, but it's caught at the 35-yard line. Indianola with 3 defenders in the area, but Urbandale converts on a big play down to Callan Steverson.
And that might have been a game saver for Urbandale. Keeps them in it right now. And that ball thrown into double coverage, so very fortunate to get the reception there. But Urbandale is on the move.
32-yard gain through the air puts Urbandale inside Indianola territory for the first time in this third quarter, and that does it for quarter number 3. Indianola leading 14-0, but the Jayhawks with a little momentum. Start of the fourth quarter after this inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA.
Hi, this is Clint Welling from TrueBank. Just like a good football team has a game plan, you need one for your finances too. At TrueBank, we can help you tackle everything from everyday checking, online banking, long-term savings, home loans, and more. Our local team is experienced, approachable, and ready to help move the ball forward towards your financial goals. Whether you're saving for the future or gearing up for life's next big play, TrueBank is here to help you win. Good luck to our hometown team. We're proud to be on your sidelines cheering you on.
Hello, this is Superintendent Tara Paul. Here at Indianola Community School District, we are proud of our dedicated educators who go above and beyond to foster a supportive and innovative learning environment. Our great facilities and cutting-edge resources ensure that students have the tools they need to succeed in all their future holds. At Indianola Community School District, we believe that education is not just about learning, it's about growing, exploring, and thriving. Join us and experience a community where every student's journey is valued and their future is bright. Together, we are shaping success stories in our students, staff, and community.
Welcome back inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on 94.3 KNIA. Urbandale makes their first foray inside Indianola territory in the second half. Indianola leading 14-0. We're inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network. 12 minutes on the clock. He's Chief Rob Hawkins. I'm Andrew Swadner. Big play for the Jayhawks. Sets him up 1st and 10.
Hard to believe we're in the fourth quarter, the final game of the regular season.
Trips receivers left, one to the right. Indianola with a win puts themselves in contention for Class 5A postseason play. Rinnan, pass left side, incomplete on a wide receiver screen. Will hit the deck before Callan Steverson could grab it, and it's 2nd and 10.
Steverson did a great job there selling the play, and he tried to run with it, but that ball definitely hit the ground.
11:56 to go in the ball game. Indianola with a 2-score lead. It feels like if Urbandale's going to get back into this one, Rob, it has to be on this drive after that big 3rd and 13 conversion.
100% agree with that. That last 32-yard pass play, the biggest play Urbandale's had since the first quarter.
Easily since the first play of the game where they rushed it 50-plus yards. Double receivers left and right. Rinnan, designed run up the middle. Curtis right there, just drags him down at the line of scrimmage at the 34-yard line, and it's 3rd and 10.
Aiden Curtis fired up, man. He is just giving it all he's got, and he is just pumping up the crowd right now. I just love that energy.
11:40 and counting to go in the ball game. Urbandale bringing on some extra receivers. 3rd down and 10 in what is almost assuredly 4-down territory for the Jayhawks.
Has to be.
And I have to imagine they're going into the air here because the ground game just hasn't worked, and Indianola's front 7 has shut down everything Urbandale's tried to do. Double running backs flanking Rinnan. Receivers left and right. Fakes the handoff. Rinnan has it, looks across the middle, has a receiver wide open, breakdown in coverage, touchdown Jayhawks. From 34 yards out, it's Steverson again. And in the blink of an eye, 2 big plays of 32 and 34 yards. Make it a 1-score game, 14-6, extra point incoming, and a big breakdown on the defensive side for the Indians.
Yeah, much like that touchdown pass to Graham earlier in the 3rd quarter there, just a complete breakdown. Steverson wide open, and Indianola back into a 1-score game, and now pressure's shifting to the offense as we move forward here.
11:08 remaining in the ball game. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, it's through the uprights and in, and we have a ball game. Indianola leading 14-7. The Jayhawks score their first touchdown. Back inside the Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth after this on KNIA and ICSD Athletic YouTube.
Mechanical is more than just your Lennox dealer for Warren and Marion County. They're also a part of the fabric of this area. When you see the big red and white Heinz Mechanical trucks, you know they are the ones who support many local area activities. Sponsoring local area high school sporting events and teams, as well as other school activities, you see Heinz Mechanical involved in community events like the Warren and Marion County Fairs, hot air balloons in Indianola, and sprint car racing in Knoxville. Like we said, Heinz Mechanical is more than just your Lennox dealer for Warren and Marion County. They are also an everyday part of your community.
At Wolf Roofing, the Wolf Way means knowing our customers, learning what you want, and delivering the best product and service. Meet some of the team that make it happen.
Hi, I'm Kevin Corcoran, roofing manager. With over 30 years construction experience, I'll make sure your roof is inspected, estimated, and done right.
I'm Kyle Watson, production foreman. I'll keep your roofing project running smooth and on schedule.
And I'm Jen Jackson, your project accountant. From payment to product questions, I'll keep you informed every step of the way.
That's the Wolf Way. Call 515-225-8866 or go online at wolfroofing.net.
Urbandale with a touchdown cuts the lead to 14-7. Indianola football on AM 1320 FM 94.3 KNIA. 11:08 to go, quarter number 4. Urbandale, another onside kick will go in and out of the hands of the Indians, and ball is on the deck. We'll see who comes up with it, but if Urbandale can grab it, it's big momentum for the Jayhawks. But Indianola looking like they have it here. He's Rob Hawkins. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola ball after a dangerous kind of squib kick by Urbandale, and a player down after a big hit. You're listening to the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians radio network. Let's take a full look at our State Farm agent Chad Keel radio scoreboard here as it's raining at Indianola Stadium. Indianola leading 14-7. They'll take over at their own 37-yard line. But how about this, Rob? It was 21-0. Clarinda over Pella Christian at halftime. A 70-yard punt return. Clarinda 24, Pella Christian 20. With 10:28 remaining in the fourth, it's 20-3 Pella Christian in the second half. Rocky Northwest leads Norwalk 35-7 at the end of the third. Pella still leading 7-0 over Grinnell at halftime. Last update we had from Newton was 28-0.
and PCM over West Liberty 28-0. That's a full look at our State Farm agent Chad Keel radio scoreboard.
Let's go PC. Let's get that done.
That is postseason for Class 2A and below, so Pella Christian right now. Indianola, their second interception of the game on their last drive gave Urbandale some much-needed momentum, and Indianola from their own 37-yard line has the ball 1st and 10, moving from right to left. Broken play. Green and Brick did not have good chemistry, and Green will get back to the line of scrimmage on a much-delayed play, and it's 2nd down and 10, and this is where the injury bug might be hurting, and the loss of Dax Heimbaugh is really rearing its ugly head right now.
Yep, and that rain has picked up just slightly. I mean, it's still just kind of coming down. Looks nice and smooth up here in the booth, but that's definitely going to affect the tread on the football.
10:30 to go in the ball game. Indianola leading 14-7, 2nd and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Brick has Draven Westcott into the game, as well as Green in at H-back. Westcott, handoff up the middle. Urbandale's just waiting for him. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and back-to-back carries for no gain for the Indianola running game, and it's 3rd down and 10, and whatever momentum Indianola had after that 4th down conversion touchdown, right out of the building and into the hands of the Jayhawks.
Well, right now, Indianola's got to take the bull by the horns here. They need to get a 1st down here and keep moving the sticks and try to keep salt in the game away here. If they have to punt the football back, it looks a little different.
9:45 and counting in the ball game. Indianola 4 wide receiver setup. Brick with Draven Westcott in the backfield. Double left, double right. Brick drops back to pass. Here comes pressure. They try to set up a screen. It's caught Parker Amos, but it's just too far up the field, and Urbandale's defensive line, led by big number 66 Cameron Bowie, makes the tackle, and Amos caught at the 39-yard line for a gain of 2.
Yeah, the punt team coming out there, and disappointing drive for the Indians. You know, they wanted to try to take some time off the clock, and now the defense is really going to have to step up, and they're just going to have to forget about the last drive. I mean, when you have a broken play, it can be hard to leave that behind, but in the interest of winning this football game, you're going to have to do that.
Rain coming down hard, and Bo Blake on to punt for the Indians. A nice end-over-end punt. Takes an Indianola bounce at the 35 across the 30. Starts to go sideways, and Indianola downs it at the 30-yard line. And that is where the Urbandale offense comes back out onto the field. As one-sided as that 3rd quarter was, Rob, Indianola really didn't capitalize on it as much as they could have. And with 8:53 remaining in the ballgame, it's a 7-point game, and Urbandale with a ton of momentum from their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, this is gut check time, if you will, and it's the ball's at the 30. Indianola needs to get a 3 and out here and get that ball back and start doing some work. But it's definitely everybody's. The urgency matter is at high alert.
Trips receivers left, one on the right, 4 Rinnan in the shotgun. Handoff left side. The Indianola defensive line just pushes it forward, and nowhere to go for Gay on that carry, and should be a loss even back to around the 27-yard line, maybe a loss of 3. And as much as the Indianola running game did not work, the Urbandale running game hasn't really seen a lot of success this entire second half.
No, they haven't, and that was just a great job. The whole Indianola defense just kind of converged over on that left side of the field.
1 receiver left and right, 2nd down and 13 from their own 27. Rinnan fakes the handoff, rolls left, has a lot of room. Gabby King tries to get him in pursuit, pushes him out of bounds, shy of the 1st down. Rinnan had a ton of room to run, gets across the 35. We'll see where they mark him down. Needed the 40 for a 1st down, and out at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 10, sets up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and this is a big play right here. It's going to see what Urbandale decides to do, but Indianola going to have to back them up here and hopefully maybe get them in a tackle for loss situation and maybe make that 4th down decision a little more difficult for him.
Trips receivers right, 2 to the left. Rinnan alone in the shotgun. 3rd down and 3 from their own 37. Urbandale has a receiver go in motion. They give it to him on the jet sweep. Blockers out in front. Stopped. No. Across the 40, enough for a 1st down. Gets away from another tackler. Pushed out of bounds near midfield, and the Indianola defense can't get the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and Urbandale gets a gain of 13 on the ground. And we'll have a fresh set of downs at midfield with 8:31 remaining in the ball game.
Guy Berryhill in on the stop there, but unfortunately 13 yards and moving the sticks and Urbandale's at midfield here, and so now the Urbandale start to have a little bit more options on the table.
8:31 remaining in the ball game. Again, Indianola led 14-0, but a turnover led to 7 Urbandale points, and now Indianola punts on their next possession. Handoff up the middle, across to the 45-yard line, and just spinning forward. That pile keeps pushing forward. The whistle not flying here at all. Felt like forward progress had been stopped about a while ago, and Indianola fans agreeing with us below here, Rob. A gain of 6 on the ground.
Yeah, that was a curious non-blowing of the whistle there. I mean, that pile just kind of looked like it was dancing side to side there. It looked like a middle school dance. You know, I mean, you got to stop that at some point.
7:55 and counting to go in the ball game. Urbandale 2nd and 4 from the Indianola 44-yard line. Rinnan keeps the ball himself on the option. Dives forward, should be down at around the 40, and that should be enough to move the chains on a 4-yard gain on 2nd and 4. Clock will temporarily stop at 7:43. Urbandale 40 yards to go to potentially tie this game.
So now it's time to stiffen up here for Indianola's defense, and Rinnan doing a nice job here running the offense.
Double receivers, one left, one right. Double running backs with Rinnan. Drops back to pass. Looks right side towards the sideline. Incomplete. Intended left side for Trey Dahlgren. And Rinnan. Last pass was a 34-yard touchdown to Kellen Steverson. 7:24 remaining in the ball game. Rain still coming down here at Indianola Stadium. At least a mist. But it's wet, to say the least.
Well, and that's going to affect the field condition, too. Yeah, that turf gets wet, you can slip.
Empty backfield. 5 receivers. Tight end going in motion from left to right for Urbandale. 2nd and 10 from the Indianola 40. High snap to Rinnan. He's going to keep it himself. He takes a hit but absorbs it. Stays on his feet up to the 36-yard line. Indianola had a chance. Riley LaFrenz hit him in the backfield, but he gets forward for a gain of 4 to the 36-yard line. 7:09 and counting to go in the ball game. It's 3rd down and 6.
This is a big 3rd down here, and you know, Indianola just needs a stop here no matter what it looks like.
3rd down and 6. This Indianola crowd getting into it here. Senior night, this big senior class for Indianola. Trying to end their regular season with a win and continue with at least one more game into the Class 5A postseason. 3rd and 6. Rinnan looks to the sideline. Play clock down to 8. Indianola showing blitz. Gabby King up the middle. Double receivers left, one to the right. And Urbandale forced to call a McCoy True Value timeout. Their first of 3.
Yeah, Indianola giving them that look like they were going to have a blitz secondary moving up there, and Urbandale forced to call a timeout. 3rd and 6. This is 4-down territory, obviously, at this point in the game, the situation, really the inability for Urbandale to get a lot of things going. It's going to force them to take 2 shots here at the 1st down.
Couple of huge IMU Fiber instant radio updates coming in. Clarinda fumbles inside the Pella Christian 5-yard line with 3:12 remaining. A touchdown would have basically ended the game. Pella Christian answers with a 94-yard touchdown run. The Eagles lead Clarinda 27-24, outscoring Clarinda 27-3 in the 2nd half.
All right,
another one
Eagles.
coming in. Waukee Northwest 42, Norwalk 7. And bad news for the Warriors. Waukee leads Waterloo West 28-14. A win by Waukee likely puts them into the postseason.
Yeah.
After their big win over Waukee Northwest last week.
I definitely deserve to be Pella Christian's fan of the game.
All right, double receivers left. 3rd and 6 out of the McCoy True Value timeout. Rinnan on the keeper. Indianola is going to stop him as he gets up to the 35-yard line. A quarterback keeper, to me, that signals 100% 4-down territory. Rinnan a little slow to get up, and that's going to stop the clock potentially. It's still running. They're going to whistle it dead now with 6:17 remaining.
Oh, man, and you just hope he's okay.
Yeah, gosh, that would be a huge blow to Urbandale. He's played so well this 4th quarter.
He has. He took a shot there by the Indianola defense, and man, just hope he's okay. And
It was no gain back to the 36, so it's 4th down and 6. Indianola leading Urbandale 14-7. 6:17 remaining in the ball game. We'll take a timeout inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on KNIA as we attend to an injury on the field.
You've changed thousands of diapers, cut off hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Chad Keel will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call State Farm agent Chad Keel in Indianola today. A leaky roof doesn't always mean a full replacement. At House Roofing, they specialize in roof repairs that save you money. Their expert team can fix leaks, replace damaged shingles, seal penetrations, and reinforce weak spots, all at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. Why replace when you can repair and extend the life of your roof? Contact House Roofing today for a fast, affordable repair estimate. Call 515-961-7180 or visit houseroofing.com. That's HAUS roofing.com.
It's 4th and 6. Landon Rinnan injured for Urbandale, and that means they're bringing on a backup quarterback. It's number 12, Jackson Keith. 4th down and 6 from the Indianola 36-yard line. Indianola leading 14-7. Keith, and a flag on the play. 12 guys, too many men on the field. Urbandale's going to get dinged for 5 here with 6:17 remaining. So you can have the guys running on and off. You can't have 12 guys set.
yeah. And Gay was out there, and he definitely then tried to run off the field.
So mark it back 5 yards. 4th and 6 turns into 4th and 11. And the Jayhawks now, their defense has played much better. They're going to make the decision to try and hold Indianola or push them deep inside their own territory.
Well, and I think that's probably a smart decision. I mean,
especially with Rinnan not being out onto the field. I mean, if it was 3 minutes to go, they 100% go for it. With 6 minutes and 17 seconds and a chance to pin Indianola deep, and the Indianola offense hasn't done much since that touchdown. All right, Urbandale punting, 4th and 11 from the Indianola 41. Good snap. Indianola playing fairly safe. King went in. Gordon will let it go, and it's downed by Urbandale at the 15-yard line. So the Jayhawks successfully flipped the field with 6:09 remaining. We're inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth on the Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network.
The Heinz Mechanical Indianola Indians Radio Network.
He's Rob Hawkins. I'm Andrew Swadner. Indianola football leading 14-7. 6:09 remaining in the ball game. Indianola ball at their own 15. And Clorinda turns the ball over on downs. Looks like Pella Christian with a huge second half is going to walk away with a Class 2A postseason victory. All right, Indianola 1st and 10 from their own 15. Asher Brick in the shotgun. Green next to him. Parker Amos on the push pass, tries to get to the edge. He gets up to the 20, spin move up to the 23, and Parker Amos just gives Indianola a little bit of breathing room, and more importantly, stays in bounds, so the clock will continue to run under 6 minutes to go after a gain of 8.
Yeah, and that's critical, and also setting yourself up. I mean, you really got 3 plays to get 2 yards, so, you know, anytime you can get 8 yards on 1st down, that's obviously beneficial.
2nd down and 2 after the push pass. Green will go on. Eli Cox will come off for Indianola. 2nd down and 2. The rain coming down hard here at Indianola Stadium. Maybe not the big drops, but at least heavy rain coming down.
Yeah, it's definitely coming down. It's going to affect the football here.
5:23 to go. Play clock down to 3. Brick, high snap, handoff Westcott. Pushes forward. He's going to be tackled near the 1st down marker and should have it up to the 25 for a gain of 2.
Yeah, nope.
That'll move the chains.
Absolutely, and right now that's more beneficial than a score right now. Just keep that clock running and just march down the field. And if you could chew up the rest of the game, just running the football, hey, that's what it takes.
I think if you're Indianola, you don't snap the ball unless it's below 7 on the play clock or at least around there. With 5:02 and counting to go in the ball game, Indianola leading Urbandale 14-7. from their own 25-yard line. 12 on the play clock. Indianola just breaking the huddle now. Draven Westcott in at running back. Jacob Graham off to the left. Trips receivers off to the right. Brick. Westcott, handoff, right side. Good blocking. Up to the 30. Stays on his feet. Near the 35-yard line. Might be a gain of 10 on the ground for Draven Westcott, and they'll move the chains. Fresh set of downs for Indianola with 4:39 remaining in the ball game.
What a clutch run there by Draven Westcott, able to get out there on the sweep and just get the first down and keep those chains moving, and more importantly, that clock continues to wind.
4:30 remaining, 20 on the play clock right now for Indianola. It is 1st and 10, Urbandale with just the 2 McCoy True Value timeouts. Or inside the Indianola Hy-Vee radio broadcast booth. Brick gets the play from the sideline, and they break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. So Indianola having to move. Same formation. Westcott behind Brick. Gets the snap. Westcott, handoff, gets away from 1 across the 40-yard line, and big chunk yardage, and a gain of 7 for Draven Westcott, and Indianola's calling in the closer here, Draven Westcott, to try and salt this game away.
Hey, and that's what you want from your senior guy. He's got a touchdown tonight, and now all of a sudden on the drive of the game when Indianola needs to salt this away, they're just going, treating him like a bell cow.
3 carries, 19 yards, 2 first downs for Draven Westcott on this drive right now. 3:38 to go in the ballgame. Indianola leading 14-7. Rain continues to fall at Indianola Stadium. 7 on the play clock. 2nd down and 3. Brick in the shotgun. Westcott behind him. Urbandale bringing the run blitz, but Westcott pushes forward. He's going to get very close to a first down, or the line of scrimmage, excuse me. He needs the 45, and it's no gain back to the 42, and it's 3rd down, and potentially the biggest 3rd down of the night.
It's honestly, now, as the season stands, this is the biggest 3rd down of the season right here, because you need to convert, and if you convert and get a first down here, you're close.
Urbandale's going to have to start taking some timeouts. We're under 3 minutes to go. Indianola will have to snap the ball around 2:40. 3rd down and 3. I'm doing something play action. I'm not throwing the ball. I'm just getting Brick out in space, I think. Brick trips receivers left. Westcott. Green goes in motion from left to right. It's a keeper for Asher Brick. He's going to push forward. He's going to fall. Gets the first down up to the 46-yard line with 2:32 remaining. Asher Brick gains 4 on 3rd and 3.
Big first down run for Asher Brick, and that's what you want out of that senior quarterback. And great job there by the offensive line, getting enough of the push to open that running lane, and he gets through there for the first down.
So I don't know if there's enough time for Urbandale, even if they get a stop here that with the only 2 timeouts. Indianola can run a play with about 2 minutes remaining. It's 2:15 to go. Play clock's about 2 seconds ahead of that towards the 2-minute mark. 1st and 10, Indianola. They're just going to run the ball probably 3 times no matter what. Absolutely cannot fumble the ball for Indianola. Same formation, Brick, quarterback keeper, just up the middle, maybe a yard, but back to the line of scrimmage, and Urbandale neglects or elects to not call a timeout, and I think that's correct play because you only have 2, so you have to do it at some point. Now, if you call timeout, maybe force Indianola to throw it on 3rd and 10 could be the only thing, but Indianola with a 14-7 lead. They're going to snap 2nd down with about 1:13 remaining or so. Indianola leading 14-7. 10 on the play clock. Brick in the shotgun. 2nd down and 10 after no gain. Urbandale, 10 in the box right now. Brick, keeper, right side, will go down at the 47-yard line for a gain of a yard, maybe 2. And Urbandale's going to call their 2nd McCoy True Value timeout and stop the clock. And gain of 1 by Brick.
And you could tell right there on that run by Asher Brick, he immediately went down. I mean, he understands the situation. It's raining. The last thing you want to do is cough up the football, so he definitely just went ahead and went down there knowing that Urbandale's probably going to use their timeouts here, and now it just comes down to some clock management.
Decision time for Indianola, and maybe not necessarily throw the ball, but it's not out of the question to do that. If you get a first down, the game's over.
Yeah.
If you don't, the interception obviously is the bad thing. If you stop the clock, Urbandale, after a punt, would have a long way to go with just 1 timeout, and that really isn't going to change much for the Indianola defense. I'm not saying it doesn't have its risks, but there's potential to just go for the first down and end the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely decision time, because where you're at on the field, if you don't make this third down, you're not going to go for it on fourth down.
No, I think no matter what, if Indianola doesn't get it, they punt. So Indianola, same formation, bunch, left side. One receiver off to the right, Brick. Third down and 10, Green goes in motion. They try to get Urbandale to jump, they don't. And with the clock stopped at 1:11, Indianola will call a McCoy True Value timeout of their own. It's 3rd and 9 from their own 47-yard line, 1:11 left to go. Urbandale with one more timeout. So even if Indianola doesn't get the first down, Urbandale will call their final timeout, stop the clock with probably a minute 7 or so, depending on how long the play goes on. And Indianola will be punting, and the only way Urbandale can stop the clock at that point, incomplete pass out of bounds or a first down.
Yeah, definitely a chess match going on. Coach Kluver tried to get them to jump off the sides there. They didn't bite this time, and yeah, definitely some things going on here. But you know, this is academic. If Indianola were to pull out a play action or something like that and get the first down, this game's over.
IMU Fiber Instant Radio Update. Pella scores again on Grinnell. They lead 14-0. A State Farm agent Chad Keel radio scoreboard. Pella Christian defeats Clarinda 27-24. Waukee Northwest defeats Norwalk 42-7. The Warriors await their fate of the RPI. Waukee looks like they were going to get a win over Waterloo West, which is bad news for Norwalk. Another playoff spot gone. And Nevada leads Knoxville 63-7 in the third quarter. All right, 3rd down and 9, Indianola. Double receivers left and right. Brick in the shotgun. Gordon goes in motion from right to left. And a flag on the play. Did Indianola move early? If so, could be a big blow. False start on Indianola.
Yeah, that's
so now they almost assuredly just run the ball and punt.
Yeah.
Or some sort of quick pass and screen, but 3rd and 9 turns into 3rd and 14.
Yeah, and more importantly, the clock stopped again.
Yeah. I think that was going to be a quick out from Brick with the 3 wide receiver setup, whether it was to Gordon or to Amos, but I think Indianola's going to run it.
I think you got to run it,
Yep.
because if you throw the ball and it's incomplete, you just gave a free free stoppage of the clock.
So play clock not winding down yet. They had to reset it to 1:11 because 2 seconds came off.
Yeah.
So the game clock back to 1:11 on a false start. No time comes off. So Brick gets the play from the sideline. 1:11 remaining in the ball game. Indianola leading Urbandale 14-7. It's 3rd down and 14 from their own 42. Indianola no longer spreading it out. They go back tight. Urbandale 9 in the box right now. Brick in the shotgun. Brick, keeper, left side, tries to cut back, and Urbandale's all over it. It's a loss back to the 41, and they will take their final McCoy True Value timeout with 1:05 remaining in the ball game.
And one more time, Indianola's defense is going to have to step up.
Like they have all season long.
Like all season. It's going to come down to this.
IMU Fiber Instant Radio Update. Knoxville gets a second touchdown. They trail 63-14 to Nevada. Newton leads Marion 43-10 with 3:42 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
42-10, excuse me. Typo by Randy Van on that one. But again, an Indianola victory. We will receive playoff qualifiers tonight. We will not receive playoff matches tonight. We will just receive who on the RPI is in. Matchups, I believe, should be delivered tomorrow morning. Speaking of tomorrow morning, and one thing we didn't get to at halftime, but costume party on the square downtown. Stop by the KNIA Little Big Red Radio. I'll have some candy. I'll have some Halloween tunes. I'll be hanging out there.
Got a lot of stuff going on in Indy this weekend.
1:05 remaining in the ball game. Coming out of their final McCoy True Value timeout, Urbandale. Bo Blake on to punt for the Indians from their own 41. Good snap. And a good punt from Blake, not as far as they might have hoped, and towards the Urbandale sideline, and the Jayhawks with not horrible field position, but at their own 36-yard line is where they take over with 58.1 seconds remaining. No timeouts for Urbandale.
This is it right here. 58 seconds. Indianola's defense answered the bell all night tonight. One broken play. That's the only blemish.
Yep.
One
broken
touchdown
by Urbandale. There's been some big gains, but Indianola can't have another one. 58 seconds to go. Class 5A postseason on the line for Indianola, leading 14-7. Urbandale spreading things out. 3 wide receivers right. Rinnan rolls out, looks towards the sideline. Indianola good coverage, but it's caught. No, incomplete.
Oh, they're
going to say caught up at the 47-yard line for a gain of 11.
It looked like he was out of bounds there, but obviously the officials have a better view than we do.
And only a couple seconds came off the clock, 53.7 seconds remaining. Urbandale 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Indianola 2 McCoy True Value timeouts to go. Double receivers left and right. Rinnan drops back to pass. Looks left side and incomplete, just a little too high for the receiver on the far side. That's Dominic Cabildo, and it's 2nd and 10, 48.2 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Capildo out there in that flat, if he caught that ball, that's going to be a first down. So Indianola fortunate that the ball is just a little overthrown.
And with the rain probably affecting that one a little bit, but tough one for Capildo to come up with. Same formation for Urbandale. Indianola not bringing as much pressure. Rinnan steps up in the pocket, nearly incomplete, nearly picked off. Meyer in and out of his hands. And it's 3rd and 10.
To be fair, it got filtered to the the Urbandale receiver first. It was like a coffee filter, and with that ball being slick like that, but man, almost a game-sealing interception. Yeah.
And it's 3rd down and 10, 43.6 seconds remaining. Urbandale from their own 47-yard line. Indianola leading 14-7. Rinnan drops back to pass. Has a clean pocket, surveys the field, rolls to his left. He's going to get out of bounds shy of the first down marker, takes a big hit from Gabby King, sends him reeling into the Urbandale sideline, and it'll be 4th down and about 4 to go with 35.9 seconds to go. Here we go, the Indianola defense.
This is it right here. Get the stop, game's over right here.
No timeouts for the Jayhawks. 4th down and 4.
This crowd wet, cold, and they're on their feet here.
Double receivers left, double receivers right. Rinnan in the shotgun, gets the snap. Here comes pressure. Wilbur hit him as he throws, but they get the ball complete towards the Urbandale sideline. Enough for a first down, just enough. A gain of 4 to Cabildo on 4th and 4. Out of bounds with 30.8 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And then put pressure on Rinnan, and he still delivered the strike to Capildo.
Peyton Wilbur hit him as he threw. It's 1st and 10 at the Indianola 44. Rinnan drops back, faces pressure, takes a shot deep down the field, has a receiver, caught, no, incomplete. The receiver was open down the field, and Urbandale misses a golden opportunity to score and potentially tie this game, and Indianola catches the break of the season.
Oh, man, and I can't tell you, everybody in the stadium, their heart just dropped for that split second, and Indianola fortunate to be still on the field right now, leading 14-7.
It was Steverson with the drop. He has catches of 32 and 34, including a touchdown. 2nd and 10, 23.7 seconds remaining. Rinnan faces pressure, no flag, and Indianola wants a hold. Throw to the right side is incomplete. He was hit as he threw again from Peyton Wilbur, who helps him back up off the turf. 17.7 seconds remaining. It's 3rd and 10 at the Indianola 44-yard line.
Wilbur announcing his presence with authority on the last 2 plays, putting pressure on Rinnan. Rinnan hanging in there, but man,
Aiden Curtis almost got held, it looked like, from here and reached into the referee's pocket to throw the flag himself. He was begging for a holding call, not going to get one. 17.7 seconds remaining. Indianola leading 14-7. It's 3rd and 10, Urbandale, and Indianola's going to call And I think a good one, a McCoy True Value timeout, just making sure what happened 2 plays ago doesn't happen again. And Urbandale dropped a potential game-tying touchdown from 44 yards out.
Indianola didn't have the right personnel in that they wanted to. Defensive coordinator Josh Lohman saw that and called timeout, said, hey, we got to get this thing together here. And he's letting them know it right now. You got to buckle down, 2 more plays.
Indianola leading 14-7, Urbandale driving. Post-game, we'll have our DeArmond Ford radio keys to the game and our longest drive presented by Keller's Garage. And Indianola with 1 McCoy True Value timeout remaining. It's 3rd and 10, Urbandale from the Indianola 44-yard line.
All those off-season practices, all the hot August mornings and practices and film studies and team building, everything coming down to this, 2 plays for your chance at the postseason.
Indianola, their defense facing a trips wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's 3rd and 10. This Indianola crowd coming alive. Renan in the shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. Fakes a quick pass, looks down the field, faces pressure. He's going to be hit, but he stays on his feet. Now he's taken down. 10 seconds remaining. No, Urbandale can't stop the clock. Can they run a 4th down play? They're trying. 3 seconds. Urbandale trying to get set up. 2 seconds. Do they get the playoff? Do they get the snap? No, they don't, and Indianola wins it 14-7. The Indianola defense holds firm. Urbandale doesn't get a playoff, and Indianola, Class 5A, postseason bound. Post-game coverage coming up after this live on 94.3 KNIA.
Since 1965, the Optometric Associates of Warren County have strived to provide the best in patient care throughout Warren County and beyond. Doctors Windham, Anderson, and O'Meara invite you to learn more about their optometry services and to join the Optometric Associates of Warren County patient family by scheduling an eye exam appointment at one of their 3 locations most convenient for you in Indianola, Carlisle, or Norwalk. You can also visit their website at optometricasos.com for more information.
At Joe's Gym in Indianola, we're more than just a place to lift. We're part of your community. Enjoy full access to top-tier equipment, expert personal training, and an uplifting, supportive environment. And to top it all off, it's just $44.99 a month or $34.99 if you're a student. Whether you're looking to step on stage or chasing your dream physique, Joe's Gym is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by and visit us in Indianola or give us a call to get started today.
Looking for an internet provider that prioritizes convenience? Look no further than IMU Fiber. Our local and community-focused approach means faster support wait times, quicker response time for service issues, and a commitment to hometown values. Our state-of-the-art fiber network platform ensures unmatched reliability, resulting in fewer service slowdowns and interruptions. And the best part? No contracts, no data caps, and no fine print. Just great service from people you know and trust. Experience the IMU Fiber difference in Indianola today.
If you're like a lot of local businesses, you know it's important to have a presence on social media, but you don't have time to put any real thought into it or actually post regularly. At KNIA KRLS, we offer social media management through our Iowa Digital Connect division. You'll have a dedicated strategist who will come up with content ideas based on your goals and objectives and then make the posts for you on a consistent basis. If you have a sales representative that you already work with, just ask them about our social media management options or reach out to us online at iowadigitalconnect.com.
Post-game coverage at Indianola Stadium. Indianola football holds on to win 14-7 over Urbandale. He's Chief Rob Hawkins. I'm Andrew Swatter, and deja vu from last year. Indianola sacks Landon Rinnan. Time runs out before the Jayhawks can get another playoff. We welcome bonus coverage on our sister station 92.1 KRLS. Indianola with a thrilling 14-7 victory and probably locks in a Class 5A postseason spot.
Absolutely. Indianola did a great job. They were able to sack Rinnan. There was less than 10 seconds left on the clock. Urbandale tried to get up to the line of scrimmage. The center could not hear Rinnan. It was so loud in here, and you rarely in a high school game does the crowd noise affect the snap, but in this case it did. He was calling, he was snapping for the ball, and his center could not hear him and were not able to get the snap off.
And I don't know if they were even set at that point either. It probably might have been a legal formation or a legal shift, but Indianola's defense holds on, catches a big break in the process on a dropped potential touchdown, but this Indianola team just continues to crawl and just kind of advance and do whatever they need to do to come away with a victory here.